there being safe. Hope everybody, you know what I'm saying, enjoyed themselves wherever they was doing whatever they was doing. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their mama, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Um, what else? I'm missing something. Turn on the post notifications. That's the new one. Gotta add that one. Turn on the post notifications so you know when we post.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell their mama. I got something to say, man. We got to start off with it. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday to the GOAT, man.
Go James. Go James.
Go James.
Happy birthday to the one and only, man. The one and only. There we go. There we go. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go full.
Yeah.
Yes, we in that 3-1 mode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man's been hooping since the year I was born in the NBA.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Bron, I know y'all seen that boy turn back the clock on his dunk the other night.
Oh
He didn't do that. He didn't do that multiple times so far this season. I ain't even gonna lie.
Man, he played till he's 50 at this point, bro. I
You know what I'm saying?
Moving like that at 40 plus,
41
bro.
is crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. I don't care how good you. I don't care how good you take care of your body, bro. It shouldn't be. It should keep up like this at 41. The breakdown should have been started.
But that's why he's the GOAT, man. Happy birthday to the GOAT. Pouring honey on our GOAT. Glorious King, LeBron James. Oh, that's crazy. Hold on.
That was crazy.
Hey. When it come to Bron, hey, I don't care.
Anything goes. Anything goes when it comes to Bron, man. Anything goes. Yeah, that's about all I got for that. Let's get started, man. We started NBA, you know what I'm saying happy birthday to our guy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I said our guy. That is our guy. We all have personal. Let me chill.
That's our guy, Cole. Now I can't say the same for them. That's our guy.
That's our guy, man. We all got personal relationships with Brian. Everybody feel how they feel about him. Listen, let's start with NFL. Let's start with NFL. Ryan, you're here, so we'll start with you. Listen, man. Matt Stafford was probably the MVP. Went out there for the past 2 weeks and sold the bag of sorts.
Generational
Selling of the bag. And I mean, listen, I don't know where y'all feel like this MVP may have put him in terms of, you know what I'm saying, all time and all that good stuff. I feel as though he'd have been top something. Yeah, top something.
Last thing on the resume.
Yeah, that was the only thing he needed. But I think he sold. I think he did a generational sale of the MVP bag.
It's okay. I know.
Is Drake May the NFL MVP?
You know it, man. I've been trying to tell y'all since the offseason, bro. He really want to win. That boy is special, bro. I be trying to tell y'all. Everybody want to say easy schedule. It don't matter. The Jets, they went out there and played how many games now? 16 games? 15 other games. Nobody else threw 5 touchdowns on them like this. Come on now. He's really different. It don't matter who you put in front of him. He's going to show y'all in the playoffs. So crazy, man. It's so crazy. This man's in year 2. Do you understand that? This isn't, we comparing him to Matthew Stafford, somebody who's what? He's 37, right? What we doing here? This man just came out of college, and he's better than every one of y'all quarterbacks.
Relax, buddy. He's better than Love. He's better than Dak. Relax, buddy. Relax, buddy.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Because last time I checked, Jordan Love before that injury and what everything that's happened the last 3 weeks, he was just in third place for MVP less than 3 weeks ago. So cool. Get out of my ear with all that.
Who is he behind?
I ain't hearing that. That makes him better. That makes him better because this is his first time doing it, and Jordan Love been doing this for the last 3 seasons. I'm confused.
He's never
You talking
gotten
about
to the MVP
you
award.
talking about my quarterback who's been in that conversation before. He's been in
Like,
that
what is he
MVP.
talking? What is he?
Like,
Only guy that ain't been in this conversation is Jaden Daniels. What are we talking about?
like you talking about a guy who clearly got robbed by Lamar Jackson. Clearly. You talking about a guy who right now would be in the MVP, who would right now be in the MVP conversation if it wasn't for a generationally terrible defense. You're talking about a guy who right now would be in the MVP conversation. Now,
Well, I do got something to say about that.
winning? Would he be winning the MVP conversation? Not necessarily.
Listen though,
He would be top 2, top 3 right now. In that
I do
MVP
got something to say about that defense thing though, Cole. And we seeing it firsthand right now. It's for all of y'all. The defense thing, a guy showing me right now, yeah, it's hard to win when your defense giving up 30 and all of that. But he's showing us like it's no excuses possible. What Brock Purdy and the Niners been doing over the past 3 to 4 weeks, giving up 30 a game, still winning every game. That's what it looked like.
3 weeks. You talking about 3 weeks over a 17?
16,
Yeah,
17.
over 17 weeks.
Well, they was doing it with Mac Jones early in the season. It just wasn't Purdy that was back there.
We talking about a guy who's been dealing with this, who's had in the past 5 years, has had 3 of the worst defenses you've seen in your lifetime in 5 years. 3 of them. Over 5 years, he's had 3 of the worst.
I ain't gonna say defense, pass defense, maybe. I ain't gonna say defense as a whole. I'll say passing defense.
Quick pivot. How you feel about releasing Diggs?
We'll get back to that. Ty, is Drake May your MVP?
No, he's not. And it's not. This is the thing, though, right? Drake May's had an incredible year. I'm not discrediting nothing he's done. However, the same conversation we had last year with JD about the strength of schedule, that still stands for Drake May. And I agree, bro. You don't get to choose who you play. You play who's in front of you. You do all that good stuff. That's great. But this stat, 17 hours ago, the Rams' 5-6-3 strength of schedule is the highest a playoff team has had since 2004. Stafford, in this same conversation, has 42 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. When we play a better level of competition and our numbers are equal, in my opinion, the player who's played harder teams deserves to win MVP. And I get it, bro. The last 2 weeks, Stafford ain't looked great at all. I understand that. But again, this is about the whole season, not the last 2 weeks of the season or 3 weeks. All I'm saying is, in my eyes, because Stafford and them had a harder schedule to play and his numbers are still elite, he deserves to win MVP. If Drake May wins, I wouldn't be mad, bro. Y'all have had a great year. Y'all won 13 games, won a division, all that great stuff. Like, there's nobody taking away from that. But if my boy couldn't get in conversations last year for MVP when he took us from 4 wins to 12, and we, you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand how Drake May is getting all this love all of a sudden when we've seen other quarterbacks do that in year 1. It's his second year. I get it. It's just, to me, I feel like the conversation sometimes needs to stay the same.
You want me to tell you why it's different, bro? It's different because JD5 was not playing as good. Why are we acting like he was playing as good? He was winning games barely.
Bro, wait, come on, bro. We're not gonna do that, bro. We're not gonna do that.
And I'm looking at his stats right now. He finished the season with 3,500 passing yards. Drake May passed that like 3 weeks ago. What are we talking about?
Well, we just talked about that, and with the dual threat could add the rushing yards included, and it compared to the passing yards that the pocket guy had.
Okay. JD5 here is 891.
So altogether, that would be like 4,300.
And let's admit, bro, the defense Drake May has compared to the defense Jaden Daniels took to that NFC Championship game last year, the Patriots are up here, bro. The Commanders are down here. What Jaden Daniels did with that defense is more impressive than what Drake May has done this year with that Patriots defense, because we never had to question whether or not that defense was good. Last year, even this year, we ain't got to talk about last year. That same defense that he took to the NFC Championship game last year looked like what this year? Well, like what? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I get it. You can say he did slightly more, but you also have to look at what our team was last year, which he also was a part of. He was on that team last year where everybody's saying this is probably one of the worst rosters ever assembled in the league. We were terrible. Had the worst receiving core. Our defense was Swiss cheese. All we did was bring in a bunch of free agents of a bunch of people who nobody wanted. We took a bunch
And
of
maybe the biggest acquisition in Mike Vrabel.
I mean, yeah, we got a great coach. We
And Josh
made our head
McDaniels.
coach.
Because I don't think he was there last year. That's two people right there that essentially changed the
I'm not
entire
discrediting
trajectory
that
of your
Vrabel
team.
changed us. I'm not changing that at all. But we're not going to act like Drake May isn't, because Brian can tell you. I was telling him all last season, even though we was looking terrible, we finished 4-13. I was still sending him these graphs, these metrics, where Drake May was still a top 10 quarterback, even while looking terrible out there. It was literally our receivers was dropping the ball. Everybody was couldn't get open. He was making something out of nothing, and we were literally losing games on purpose. Now,
What's happening this year?
Huh?
And what's happening this year?
They're finally playing right. We got a good coach. They got a good system going on. We got plays that's built around the players that we need. I'm not discrediting that Vrabel is a great coach, but we're not going to act like Drake May still ain't playing better than every one of y'all quarterbacks. So what are we doing?
My quarterback on the show, so I can't disagree with the statement right now.
Oh, and B, by the way, Drake May got 409 rushing yards right now, and he got 4,200 passing yards. So you do the math. Season not even over yet.
He playing next week?
He probably will.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Why
B,
wouldn't he play?
B, who's your MVP?
Listen, bro.
Be real.
MVP is Matthew Stafford, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. I've been saying this for weeks. The MVP race between week 11 to week 14 was way closer than it was supposed to be. That's why it just flipped. Why the way it flipped from Matthew Stafford having these two bad games. It was never supposed to be that close to begin with. Matthew Stafford before this week had over 10 more touchdowns than Drake May with less turnovers than him, while proceeding to still have the same amount of wins. So we had Matthew Stafford barely the favorite.
Are you calling Drake May a MVP stat patter? Are you saying that he went out there and stat padded against
he
the Jets?
definitely just did that for sure.
And are you saying that he stat padded against the Jets and took advantage of the fact that Matthew Stafford had to go and play against that great defense in Atlanta?
I want you to understand. Listen, I want you to understand something, Cole. The breakdown of this. He just went out there and gave the Jets 5 touchdowns, right?
And a half.
Matthew Stafford.
Don't forget it was in a single half.
Oh, we're going to do that. We didn't give Matthew Stafford all this when he gave us 4 touchdowns in the first 14 minutes of the game in London.
We did.
No, we did not.
Talking about it. That's why he got into the MVP conversation. What are we talking about?
But anyway,
I don't know. Cole, running circles around the Jets.
So listen, Cole. What I was saying to it is, like you said when you start the conversation, Matthew Stafford the past 2 weeks he's played terrible, right? Drake May just went out there and gave us 5 touchdowns in the last week. With Matthew Stafford playing terrible the past 2 weeks and Drake May just doing what he just did, Matt Stafford still ahead of him by almost 10 piece, while still being right there neck and neck with each other in turnovers. But like I always tell Ryan, when it comes to MVP race between two guys, there's one exception when your numbers aren't as high as the next man. And the only way you win is when you have a better team record by about 2 games at least. So if Drake May is about to go out here, and let's say he do play last week, and he finished with, 33 touchdowns, something like that, with the interceptions that he had, and they win, and that's 14 wins, and the Rams lose, and that will finish them with, 11 or 12? They're going to give it to him. That's why with the Josh Allen situation, when people was like Lamar, they tried to make up for it. No, they didn't. When you look at the numbers, people just wanted to be biased and look at Lamar numbers. The numbers were pretty close. But like I always say, people like to categorize things and pick and choose. When Lamar had won his MVP in 2019, with like 3,200 passing yards, everybody was quick to talk about his rushing numbers to put with it. But now Lamar went out there and threw 40 touchdowns and 4,000 yards, and Josh Allen only threw for 3,300 or something with 25 touchdowns, but he had like 15 rushing touchdowns with it. Now people don't want to put into credit Josh Allen rushing numbers to combine along with his passing numbers. When you look at all of that, the numbers were similar, and Josh turned the ball over less. You've seen it in the playoffs when Lamar turned the ball over 3 times and Josh didn't turn it over at all. That's what he did. Same situation here. Matthew Stafford has not been turning the ball over. We're in week 18 coming up. You telling me this man has played lights out against what Ty said, one of the toughest schedules. He's played lights out. And you telling me the last 2 weeks of the season, when it wasn't even supposed to be this close, where he was supposed to have a comfortable lead, it just completely flipped, and now he's not the favorite? Come on, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Well, by the way, he has 6 interceptions since week 13. You can't not get a penalty for not finishing the season off strong. You're supposed to finish out strong for the MVP.
If he was that much ahead of Drake May, that's my whole point. Y'all had it way too. Y'all had that way too close.
He never was that far ahead of Drake May, and since week 13, he's had 6 interceptions.
What was you quick to bring up to me when we was talking about Lamar and Josh Allen MVP? Lamar numbers cleared. That man had 3 more. That man had 3 more touchdowns than Josh Allen, and you said his numbers cleared.
But it's not like he fell off at the end of the season like Matthew Stafford is doing right now.
You're moving the goalpost now. It's not about the fall off or not.
Situation. Every year it's a different situation for the MVP.
It's a straight up thing of what you just said. You said the numbers clear, right or wrong?
Yes, but that's a whole different season.
Ain't no but, right or wrong. The numbers clear, right?
You can't control my argument. It's a different situation.
I'm remembering what you said. You said Lamar Jackson numbers last season cleared Josh Allen's. Verbatim. That was what you said. Lamar Jackson had less than 200 more total yards and less than 3 more touchdowns with more turnovers.
That's cool.
Matthew Stafford.
I tell you all the time, I don't respect them 1-yard tush pushes. That's why I don't think Jalen Hurts is anything.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Tell you. You take all them touchdowns out there right around the same.
Okay, cool.
Lamar played better.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about it.
1 win or 2. I don't know
cool.
what they finished with, but it wasn't that big of a difference.
Okay,
Matthew Stafford is falling off right now. It's not the same as last year. They both finished strong. They both went into the season, into the playoffs playing great football. Matthew Stafford is not doing that. Drake May is doing that. So you can't compare the situations. They're 2 different years, 2 different situations. Stop trying to say one is this. So, if this was this, then this is that. It can't be the same thing.
If I got to play the Jets in week 17, I would have had 5 touchdowns too.
As we would say, Cole, like, did you play ball? Did you play football, Cole?
Of course.
So the whole thing with that, right? The numbers he just said, okay, if we wanted to add the context and everything, cool. Moving the goalposts, whatever the case may be. Are we about to sit here and act like 2 teams, rather he slowed down or what? Are we about to sit here and act like 2 teams that had 12 wins? Because that's what it was before this week started. So we're going to act like these 2 teams. Drake May just threw 5 touchdowns. Before this week, what he had, 26 touchdown passes before this week?
I think 25.
Matt Stafford passed 40 like a week or
yeah.
He's been over 10 touchdown gap. That's just insanity for us to have the same record.
That's cool.
That's the definition of clearing.
I get that. Now, hear my point on this. Remember what I was just saying about Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts? Matthew Stafford's doing the same thing. He's just throwing the ball.
Oh my
God!
How many
1 yard, 2
yard? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Are you serious? Are you comparing Matthew Stafford red zone passing touchdowns? Are you comparing Matthew Stafford red zone passing touchdowns to a tush push on the 1 yard line?
Yes, it's just as effective. It's literally just as effective.
He wouldn't make that bad.
And Matthew Stafford, it is just as effective as Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen.
Hey, somebody clip that. I need somebody to clip that.
They're putting the ball in the air on the goal line when the room for error is literally this. You know what I'm saying? It's this small. And
Not
him
when
and
you got
Devontae Adams.
You could say that. You could have said that. You
Devontae
could have said that.
Adams, bro.
You could have said nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said that when you was talking about Patrick Mahomes passing touchdowns when he was throwing them little weird little flick screens to Travis.
Never heard it come up.
He had 10 of those in a season when he was having 40 touchdown passes. Like we've never said that before. You're the first
It's
person
a passing touchdown. No, I've never heard that for a passing touchdown.
When we get into the red zone, we run the ball in the red zone most of the time. Like if Drake May throws the ball, it's usually because he's having to throw it on 3rd and 4th down. Matthew Stafford, they're throwing the ball 1st, 2nd down.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, Cole. Let me ask you a question. Hold on, Cole. Let me ask you a question, Ryan. In the football world, NFL at that, do you understand how hard it is to throw a passing touchdown inside the 5? So the fact that you just tried to say that it's just as effective as a tush push with 2 men pushing behind somebody and an offensive line in front of him is utterly disgusting.
Bro.
People literally don't pass inside the 5 because of how hard it is.
People saying Matthew Stafford sold the bag the last 2 weeks, bro. What you think? Is Drake May your MVP? Is Matthew Stafford your MVP?
Me personally, if I'm being quite honest,
It ain't either one of them, huh?
no, it's really not. It's really not. But if I had to pick between them two, I'm personally taking.
Go ahead. Tell us who your MVP is.
I'm gonna be honest, man.
Don't say who I think you're about to say.
People can say what they want to say about him, but Caleb Williams, dog. Hey, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Nobody expected the Bears to do nothing this year.
No, I don't like that.
Hold on. Let me finish, bro. For y'all get there chatting. I've been listening to y'all talk for the last 20 minutes about nonsense. Relax, bro. Sit still.
But I can't let you lie.
Sit still, bro.
Sorry.
You inside with light. You inside with lights on and got shades on. Relax, bro. Sit still.
Bro,
Hold on, chill. It's Brian's birthday. It's the GOAT birthday.
Hey, chill.
That's cool. You ain't Bron though.
Bro, why you hating? You came in here hating for what?
I ain't hating.
Like,
Just because I don't think Drake May MVP don't mean I'm hating.
You gonna say, bro?
Chill. It's Brian's birthday.
Like I was saying though, you feel me? Nobody expected the Bears to do nothing this year. And the fact that the Bears went in the NFC North, he's playing really good football. That's who I would pick personally. But between Stafford and Drake May, though, I mean, it's an argument for both of them. I don't think Stafford blew it in the last 2 weeks, but we know the MVP in the NFL is who's playing the best the last 2-3 weeks of the season. It's been that way since COVID, honestly. Like pre-COVID, it was based off the whole year. Since COVID, or 2019, I should say, it's been based off how you perform in the last 5 or so weeks of the season. Whoever performed the best out of those weeks typically gets the award. So if they give it to Drake May, props to him. I ain't mad at it. If they give it to Stafford, I mean, being an old head, you know what I'm saying, and still doing what he's doing is very, incredible. But I personally think the award should go to Caleb Williams. He's he's playing in a tougher division. He's performing just as good as Drake May, and he won in a tougher division.
So do you think he deserves MVP because he's actually playing at MVP level, or from what you just said, is it because they've progressed so much? So it's like you're almost putting it on the
pedestal. A whole nother award, by the way.
That's all. Yeah, that's an improved type of thing.
No, I'm saying I do think Caleb Williams is playing at an MVP level. He's had big games on prime time, big nights, beat big teams. He's played a harder schedule than Drake May, and has played just as good.
So do you think you believe Caleb Williams is the third best performing QB this season behind Matthew Stafford and Drake May?
Yes.
I can't be looking at the same numbers.
That's tough.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is like,
and I've been on Caleb heavy. He playing great.
Yes, today, like, and this is funny, Cole. Todd. Today they bring up numbers, but when I brought up numbers last time, we was talking about a trio of players. They looked at me like I was crazy. It was all the eye
When you was
tests. Like,
talking
hold
about
on,
one thing,
Ryan,
not two.
hold on. It was all the eye tests, and what are we watching and what are we looking at last week? But this week, when we've been literally watching Caleb Williams play phenomenal football versus almost everybody. Like, he's been playing phenomenal football. Now we need to look at the numbers. Now we need to look at the stats. Like, you feel me? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But again, if one of them two get it, I ain't mad at it.
Is Brock Purdy elite? I've been seeing a lot of stuff. Listen, though, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter that's basically said he's going to be the second best quarterback in the NFC in the playoff start. So the question I have for y'all, is he elite? Because they say he's going to be behind Stafford. Stafford's the MVP candidate this year. So
I will say one
is Brock
thing.
Purdy elite?
I will say one thing about Brock Purdy. One thing I said, because we saw Jimmy Garoppolo lead that organization to the Super Bowl when he first got there. One thing I did say, I said that he was an elite game manager. He has. You always can be proven wrong. Brock Purdy is not a game manager. That is not a game manager at all. Brock Purdy, but he also isn't. I'm also not ready to put him in that elite, like top, like elite is top, like top tier. Like, I'm not ready for that yet, because it's more so like the Sam Darnold situation for me. When I pay attention to them playing certain types of defenses, it just looked like their brain is just off their shoulders. Like, they just completely forgot how to do everything that they've been doing. Sam Darnold been doing it all year, and he did it last year in the playoffs with the Vikings. That's what's been holding me back from putting him in elite quarterback conversations. And same thing with Brock Purdy. He's been playing great since he's came back, but it's always times where he just decides to forget how to play. Like we saw on primetime game, very first play versus the Bears. What did he do? That's what you get sometimes with Brock Purdy, and it's like
another primetime game against the Carolina Panthers.
You're gonna get that sometimes. So it's like
I think my biggest problem with the word elite is the same problem that I have with the word generational that we have when we talk about college players nowadays, right? Like, you can be a good player, you can be a really good player. We have a lot of really good players in the college landscape. Not every player is generational. Not every top 3 to top 5 pick is going to be generational, right? Like, not every, when you talk about generational, you're talking about once in a lifetime. That is that like, you talking about something we not gonna come across that every so often, right? When you're talking about elite, like B said, you talking about that top 3 to maybe 5, you know what I'm saying, players. Not everybody is elite. Can he be very good? For sure. And like B said, we were all proven wrong, because we was all when Debo was there and Ayuk was there and they had, you know what I'm saying, one of the best rosters in the NFL. We was all like, yo, like, he don't even really have to do nothing. Like, we didn't see plenty of players come in to that, and those conversations were all viable at the time, because we had seen plenty of players and plenty of quarterbacks come into that San Francisco system and win. The only one we really didn't see win was Trey Lance, who also might I remind you would win for them 3 games that he would play, and then he would get hurt for 10 games. Would come in, win for 3 games, get hurt for 10 games. So we had seen a lot of quarterbacks win in that Kyle Shanahan system. Now, is he a game manager? Like B said, no, we were all proven wrong that he was a game manager. He's a very good quarterback. Elite, though, elite is top 3, top 5. That I'm not, and I don't think anybody has him in those top 3, top 5 conversations. Might I also add, you can't bring those elite conversations after he plays the Bears, dog. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the Bears. What I am saying, though, is that throughout this season, we've seen a lot of teams be in shootouts with the Bears. This is kind of the way that the Bears play, bro. Which is 2P's point. If you want to talk about Caleb Williams being in that MVP conversation and being a really good quarterback this season, I'm all for it because while I'm somebody who's often talking about, man, Dak Prescott should have been in the MVP conversation, except for that generationally bad defense. We've seen Caleb Williams win in 5 or 6 shootouts this year where he had to go and put up 40-something points in a game, 50-something points in a game to win. My biggest problem is Brock Purdy elite after this game?
Yeah.
That's
It
tough.
is one thing I do want to say though, Cope, about that though. Right. And this is what you was just saying, P. Like Caleb, I'm not giving, and like Ryan knows, I've been talking about him since back in college. I gotta play him twice. Caleb is like great, and he's gonna be for a long time a great quarterback in the league. But if you want to go off of from this season, MVP conversation, no. But one thing I feel like he does have solidified, I really believe that Caleb Williams should win the clutch performer of the year. When you look at the shootouts that they've had, and they had the most wins in NFL history in a season for a team to be trailing in the final 2 minutes of a game and win the game. I believe they're at 7 now, and that's never happened. And it's like when you see him play, his game elevates when it gets into crunch time. Like, you know, I was just having a conversation with one of my friends about that. Like, it's not many quarterbacks that put fear in your heart for is like game-winning drive, where though you're on the edge of your seat, like 4th and 15, you still not comfortable. Like, they might get it. Like 2-minute drill, no timeouts. Like, they might get it. It ain't many guys that fit that description. Like most teams, most quarterbacks, you know me, like, oh yeah, we ain't got to worry about it. He going to throw a stupid pick in the coverage, something crazy. Caleb Williams, he's proven to me already that he's in that conversation for like clutch quarterbacks. Like he's just never out of the game. And there's not many guys, like I said, the only guys that I have in that conversation is Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow from what he's showing people like for a 2-minute drill. Like it's just the way they operate their 2-minute drill. And it's like Caleb, he's proven that he's in that. And it's like MVP stretch, but that clutch performer, I believe that he deserves that award by far.
Pete, you was making a lot of faces when we decided that Brock Purdy wasn't a quote unquote elite quarterback. P, why was you making them faces? Is Brock Purdy elite?
My question to y'all is, who is elite?
Who is elite?
It was top 3.
So are we gonna? So are we? So
Hold on. Like, who are those guys though?
I was ready to say. So you asking all of us individually? Like, are we going like?
I mean, like just as a collective.
I think we all collectively
we're talking top 3, top 4, top.
I think we all collectively 1 to 5 guys. Top 3s. I think we all collectively had those same top 3s. It's the consensus. It's Pat. It's Lamar. It's Josh. Like what?
Well, my top. But my elite is like 5 guys.
Okay, and you can add an extra 2.
Who's yours, B? Who's your 5?
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. And quite honestly, it may just be them 4. They've always been the 4 over the past few years, like 5-6 years that just stood out. Like as far as when they play, like everybody else, they've always like, you did, and even my quarterback included, Jordan Love, is like he's on that trajectory, but it's like those 4 guys have always stood out, whereas though what you're getting. Like everybody else is like
you can throw Matt in there. Like you could throw Matt Stafford.
Yeah, but and like you could, but it's like it's just I feel as though Matt Stafford's at the end. Yeah, his arm. The thing about Matt is he's never been this super mobile guy, but like Rodgers, he got that season-ending injury with the Jets. If he didn't get that season-ending injury with the Jets, he would honestly still probably be a top guy still, because the thing about those 2 guys is when, like you said, Cole, when people talk about generational, those 2 guys fit the description for generational arm talents. Like those 2 guys is like at the age 40, no matter what, like their arm is still top tier. It hasn't slowed down. You normally see guys like we saw Drew Brees' arm. He got super accurate because he could make the big deep ball passes and all of that. Matt and Aaron, as long as they've been in the league, even when Brady was around, he was known as the best quarterback in the league because it was a combination of QB, IQ, everything else. And yeah, he could make the deep ball. But we knew who the two best arms in the league was. It was Matt and Aaron. It's always been that way. So they can get away with that at 40 years old, like we're saying right now, versus other guys, they can't get away with that. And that keeps them in the elite conversations. Now, other guys, it just tends to change when you get to talk about Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, all those guys. We knew, like you said, we knew they've been top guys. You want to throw Matt in there, that's fine, but I feel as though he only got about a year or maybe two left. So I just don't want to put a guy elite status who's on his way out the door because he's not at his peak to me, right? Like it just don't seem right to me.
For sure.
I asked y'all that because y'all name those guys for like specific reasons. Either they've accomplished something, they've won something, they've led their team to something. And I feel like Brock Purdy has done just as much as Joe Burrow has as a quarterback.
Do your eyes tell you? Do you wait? Well, so I think you was missing a piece.
No, hold on, because I know where you're about to go. My eyes do tell me that Brock Purdy does just as much as Joe Burrow as a quarterback. Because
So
we
wouldn't
talk.
Jalen Hurts be in there for you?
Hold on, relax, hold on. We talk about Joe Burrow and we talk about Brock Purdy having all this talent around him. Joe Burrow got a lot around him too.
He has two things. He has two things around him,
and those are two big things. Those are two things that any other franchise in the NFL would love to have. Like those are two huge, major things that work for Joe Burrow, and it's a reason why having those two things, the Cincinnati Bengals suck in almost every other area. But like Brock Purdy didn't ask to have what he has. He didn't ask for that. Joe Burrow asked for those two guys. Brock Purdy didn't ask for what he got.
So the Joe Burrow thing, a prime example is different.
So you,
what
what
do you mean it's different?
Hold on, B.
Justin Herbert, and right now they got an elite receiving core, but we just seen their O-line go down.
Hold on.
And what did the Chargers do? They've been bad since.
Hold on, B. P. So I just for the clip itself. So Brock Purdy is just as good as the rest of those guys that you have in your consensus top 3, top 5.
I'm saying Brock Purdy has the right to be in the conversation because we're talking about a guy that all those guys that we just named, everybody believed in. Everybody believed and thought that those guys would be what they are. Brock Purdy was an afterthought that nobody cared for, didn't think was even still going to be in the league now. Yet he's been to a bowl, yet he's been in MVP races, yet he's been in Offensive Player of the Year races, yet he showed up and showed out for his franchise and organization when they called his name. He didn't ask for the players that they got, for the coaching staff he didn't ask for none of that. He was put in a position and said, play ball. He could have went out there and failed miserably and been like, well, that's why he was the last pick of the draft. But I think it still goes back to he's not the first that we've seen do this in that organization.
I think we forget. Go ahead.
So the only question I have, right, when I think about Brock Purdy, and this is why I'm not with he's elite, and I don't think he's per se earned the right to be in those conversations yet. When we talk about Allen, Lamar, Mahomes, when they go down, we can all agree the team looks nowhere as good as they do. When Brock Purdy went down this year, the 49ers didn't miss a step. So I'm not saying Brock Purdy's not a good player. What I am saying is I just don't know. We don't know how much of that is Kyle Shanahan being able to scheme up plays for his offense, for those weapons they have, and Brock Purdy actually going out there and making plays. And I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. I do think he is. I just don't know if he's done enough to actually prove himself to be on par with Lamar, Josh, Patrick. I think they've done more than Brock.
To Ty's point. Hold on.
Let me answer that real quick.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say, to Ty's point, we are now having conversations. Nobody's even thought about Mac Jones for the past 4 years. We are now having conversations all over again where we're like, ew, Mac Jones could be possibly on that reincarnation trajectory. Like we're now saying, hey, these teams right here need to find a way to get Mac Jones out of that 2-year deal that he has to make him their quarterback. These are things that we are talking about. He like I just said, Brock Purdy's not the first one to win in that uniform.
He's not. And my point to that is when you look at the 49ers, if you name the other guys that were in that position, they all were high value picks because people believed in them to do special things.
So this goes back to
what I'm saying. When you look at the other guys, the Mahomes, the Burrows, the Lamar, when you look at them, if you look at they backup quarterbacks, half the time the only one we really can name is Tyler Huntley. We can't even name the other backup quarterbacks for those guys. So I'm saying if you put one of these guys, like if you put Jimmy Garoppolo in Cincinnati where Joe Burrow went down, I'm sure Jimmy Garoppolo will be fine with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You've seen Trey Lance, he's been in a decent situation, he's been fine. They have replaced their starter, and the only person that wasn't a high-value guy or a high-value pick was Brock Purdy, yet he's performed the best out of all the other guys anyway.
When all of this got questioned? All of this got questioned last season. And the time this all got questioned last season was when the Niners had some injury troubles. When the Niners had injury troubles, when Trent went down, Purdy looked awful. When he came back, it was fine and dandy. When they missed another guy, when Ayuk went out, he looked awful. And this is back to how Jimmy Garoppolo looked. The Niners, when they're missing a piece, don't look the same. Kyle Shanahan is such a great coach, whereas though when he had all of them together, he knows how to scheme all of that perfectly. When people go down, it looks bad.
What team looks great when their stars go down? None of them. No team looks great when their stars go down. I don't care what.
You don't look terrible. I'm not talking about the team. I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the quarterback.
Every team and every court, bro. Patrick Mahomes, when his starting offensive line was down, how bad did he look? Awful. Every time his offensive line has been down, he's looked awful. When the year he went to the Super Bowl versus Brady, no offensive line, he looked awful. Last season, awful. This season, he's been pretty much awful.
So that's back to I'm gonna let Ryan go. I want to let Ryan go. I want to say this real quick before you say that. That's back to what I was just saying about when you said he deserves to be in these conversations. We just watched the Chargers O-line go down, and Herbert started fighting for his life. When Justin Herbert had his O-line, was he not looking like a top 5 quarterback? When they were at full health, was they not? When they had Slater,
I never disagree with Justin Herbert's quarterback talent or what he is in the NFL.
So
talk about the performance,
the elite. Like I just think you're talking about a guy who's going out there. You're talking about a guy who's going out there and winning, and that's totally okay. But
he's performing.
You're talking about Brock Purdy. That's fine. He is, but we're talking about elite. Like you're a coach, bro. Like you're a coach. You know better than this. You of all people know what elite is and what the difference between elite is and what good is. You know in your league who them ones is. Like, yeah, she really one of them ones. And then you know who's like really
is
good.
One of them ones because
he's elite.
Listen. Hold on. What did I answer the question at hand?
You said he's in the
I'm not saying he's elite. I'm saying he has the right to be in the conversation. And what I'm saying is because no one expected him to be here, and he's here.
So he can be,
and he's
good.
Here.
That's back to what we just said about you saying Caleb, bro. Just because you weren't supposed to be here, you're trying to put people in elite status because they weren't supposed to be here. That's not how that works. Just say that they're exceeding expectations. Don't try to put them in elite because they're doing better than you hope. That's not how that works.
If you're not
that's not how that works, B.
Hold on, Ryan. What was you about to say, bro?
Yeah, right.
Well, I wanted to say that what P was saying about how teams look terrible when they offensive line go down, that's not fully true because our offensive line is hurt. Drake May just had the greatest
My
QBR.
O line been hurt all year.
But
And y'all ain't win y'all division how y'all supposed to.
It wasn't because of the O line, because skill position players started going down. So that's back to what Ryan just said. The O line going down isn't the
what
reason.
I actually said was when your stars are out, every team looks bad. I didn't just simple it to the O line.
you don't feel like Will Campbell is one of our stars?
I don't disagree that y'all O line has been out. I never said y'all O line wasn't out.
I
never said Drake May wasn't having a great year. Drake May's been performing.
I think what he's getting at is that just shows that what you're saying, Drake May is the example that when the stars go down, that is not the case because he's still playing at MVP level.
So the 49ers don't got no stars out this year?
That's not what that's not what it was.
Do the 49ers have stars out this year?
They do.
On the offensive side of the ball, no.
Well, yeah.
You technically, but like he's
not even
bro out there tweaking right now. So
Totally.
IU, people been rid of IU. There's nobody there missing.
So George Kittle did not play half the year?
He missed 3 weeks.
Did he not play in games this season?
We're in week 18. Playing 15 games and playing a full season.
And he missed more than 3 weeks.
Can we go back to the fact that Brock Purdy's in elite conversations?
Ryan, what you think about this
I'm
Brock
just
Purdy?
saying, tell me why
What you think about this
why
Brock Purdy elite thing, Ryan?
Huh?
What has he not done to not be in those conversations?
I think the point that you're making is null and void off of the organization that we're talking about alone. All of the things that you're saying that he has done, we've seen other quarterbacks in that organization do, not just him. I think that you're talking about, huh?
Who?
Jimmy Garoppolo didn't do what Brock Purdy's doing or has done.
Jimmy Garoppolo went to a bowl and lost. Jimmy Garoppolo was never in MVP conversations. He was never in Offensive Player of the Year conversations. He was never in none of those races as finalists. He was never in none of that. But he did go to the bowl and lose like Brock Purdy. But that's one other guy who was also a high value pick, like I said, and he learned from the greatest quarterback ever.
This is the point. When you bring up what somebody was supposed to be, that doesn't make you something because you weren't supposed to be this. It makes you really good. It makes the scouts look really dumb. It makes the GMs look really dumb. But does that make you elite because you're better than what we thought you were going to be? Does that make you elite because your trajectory is better than what we thought it was?
Yes.
No.
What?
No, absolutely not, bro. There's no way you can't realize that.
Elite to be better than what we thought your trajectory was. Let's
your trajectory has nothing to do with being elite.
Your trajectory has nothing to do with where you are actually ranked.
Very different.
Ranking conversations. He's here now. He's in year what, 4 or 5? The trajectory is no longer like we don't even call him Mr. Irrelevant no more. He has a name now. He is Brock Purdy. That is completely okay. But your trajectory doesn't make you elite because you were better than what your trajectory said.
His performance has made him elite.
So he
what about it is elite?
His performance has put him.
What about it is elite?
Be in this elite conversation.
What about his performance is making him elite?
He ain't doing that. He ain't doing that stuff that we talking about. Them other guys is doing. When we talking about these top 5, we talking about a guy. We talking about.
Okay, so why
one mic? When we all let you land. When we talking about elite, we talking about a guy in Patrick Mahomes who hasn't missed an AFC championship in what 7 years since he's become a starter in the NFL. We're talking about a guy with what 2 MVPs, I think it is. It's 2 or 3 MVPs at this point. We're talking about a guy with what 2 Super Bowl rings, 3 Super Bowl rings, something like that. We're talking about a guy with all of these things. When you talk about Lamar Jackson, you're talking about arguably the greatest dual threat quarterback of all time. When you're talking about Josh Allen, you're talking about what, a guy who probably should have won a lot of more things than he won. He has 1 MVP and probably should have been to a lot more Super Bowls if he could get past the guy that we talk about is probably the gonna go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. when you talk about Brock Purdy, you're not talking about nothing of the sort. You're not talking about the same things when you're talking about Brock Purdy. You're not talking about him being, oh, he got snubbed in this MVP race, or he lost in the last 13 seconds to the greatest quarterback of all time, or the what's gonna go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. You're not talking about none of those things. You're not talking about none of those.
How are we not when he lost in the Super Bowl in a very close game to the guy you just named? When also a Super Bowl that he performed very well in.
Are we talking about a guy?
Also a Super Bowl that he performed very well in, and he lost to the guy.
So
he lost to the guy that
can I say,
he lost to the guy you just named.
By your metric, Jalen Hurts is elite.
This is exactly what that is by this metric, Jalen Hurts. But I want to say this about what you're saying about Brock Purdy because it don't make sense.
By your metric, Jalen Hurts is elite.
By my metric, Jalen Hurts has the right to be in that conversation.
No, by your metric, Jalen Hurts is literally elite and surpass the word elite at this point.
Again.
I didn't know that it was this close, and I'm glad P said something so I could look at it while we were having this conversation. So the thing you said about Brock Purdy, you was quick to say Jimmy Garoppolo lost in the Super Bowl. Didn't they both lose to the same guy in the Super Bowl?
They did.
So
they both lost to the same guy in the Super Bowl. Okay, cool. Jimmy Garoppolo best season in San Fran lines up with Brock Purdy best season in San Fran.
Facts.
So Jimmy.
So what? So why? So this is back to what you were just saying when you said Jimmy Garoppolo Brock Purdy is doing something that Jimmy wasn't doing as far as bad stats. Jimmy Garoppolo won 13 games.
No. I never said Brock Purdy did something that Jimmy Garoppolo didn't. Kobe said.
Am I
hold on. No. Hold on. Kobe said all these other quarterbacks that we've seen in this situation, and I said there's only been one, and it was Jimmy. That's literally what I said. The only difference I said between Jimmy and Brock was the only difference I said between Jimmy and Brock was that Jimmy was higher valued and had higher expectation to perform.
No,
than Brock Purdy did.
You said there's a whole bunch of things that Brock Purdy has that he doesn't have. You said
Jimmy Garoppolo was never a finalist for MVP.
And that's why I went to go look. Jimmy Garoppolo was top 6 quarterbacks in 2019. He won 13 games and he had 30 touchdowns and he was top 5 in the league in passing touchdowns.
Was he a finalist for MVP? That doesn't answer my question. We've seen Brock Purdy literally lose an MVP to Lamar Jackson in one game. He was literally going to win the MVP, and he lost it in one game.
Well, you probably missed.
Jimmy Garoppolo was never a finalist for MVP.
You probably missed what Cole said before you got on here, but pretty much since COVID, the MVP literally comes down to the last 5 weeks of the season.
I just said that. I just said it. I literally just said that. So my point is valid. Jimmy Garoppolo was never a finalist for MVP. Jimmy Garoppolo was never a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year. Brock Purdy has been.
With taking the titles away from this, seeing how they performed, you believe Brock Purdy the year he was the MVP finalist, as you saying, was like clear cut better than Jimmy Garoppolo in 2019?
I think Brock Purdy is a clear cut better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo.
And that's okay. I think the point goes back to,
and I said he has a right to be in the conversation. I'm not saying he's elite. I'm not saying
no. You literally said he's elite. I can go back and find.
I believe he's elite and has the right to be in the conversation. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes.
What the P? You just said
crazy. That was crazy.
You just said
I'm saying I believe.
What are you talking about?
All right, bro. Y'all got it, bro.
No. You literally just said that I didn't say he's elite.
Listen, I'm saying I believe he's elite. But if someone says Brock Purdy is not an elite quarterback, I'm not going to scream at you and disagree. I'm not. If you say he's not,
no. The problem is
if you say he's not Patrick Mahomes, if you say he's not Patrick Mahomes, if you say he's not Josh Allen, if you say he's not Lamar Jackson, okay, cool.
So then, what constitutes elite in your book?
Bro.
That's a better question. That's the best question of this thing right now.
And I have two of them. What constitute elite in your book, and who's all the elite quarterbacks in your book?
But you got,
or at least have an argument like you said with Purdy.
like when you talking, okay, I'm gonna break it down like this. You got legendary guys. Legendary first ballot got Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees.
No.
Class
Who's
Patrick
elite
Mahomes.
right
I am. Hold on. Patrick Mahomes, class of their own. Then you got generational guys. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. That group.
That's why it's generational. It ain't that
that
many.
group of guys. It ain't that like those are like just Michael Vick, like those one of a kind guys. Then you have like the elite guys like in their time. Like in their seasons where they had, and Brock Purdy's in that conversation. Like just because they're not the cream of the crop, like what we want to see, watch the eye crazy. But like you, if you sit here and tell me that Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, these guys that have won time and time again, performed time and time again, showed up in big moments time and time again, and got the job done as the head honcho and quarterback of their team, and they're not elite in a league that we all know how hard it is to win and perform in. But we sat here and watch them do it. But just because we don't think they're the legendary or the generational guys, they're not elite. That's insane.
Okay, I gotta ask you that, Pete. So, because these are very two comparable situations with Purdy and Jalen Hurts. Where do you have Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy ranked at in the NFL? Your personal preference in the NFL. They're top what?
In the NFL right now?
Yes. Purdy and Hurts.
I have them both in the top 10.
Where?
I have them both in the top 10. Somewhere between 5 and 10.
Okay.
I have them somewhere between 5 and 10.
All right, but that's cool. We're gonna leave that there. Is the Lions Super Bowl hopes over? Kobe, come on.
If you base it off numbers and stats and what you prefer to see from a quarterback, that's your preference.
Winning is not a quarterback stat, bro. Winning is not a quarterback stat.
Winning is a quarterback stat, just like it is a running back stat, just like it is a defensive stat. It's an everybody stat.
I just got a question based off of what he said. You said that elite is different than cream of the crop. That's what you said? That's what you just said. So I need you to clarify that elite is different than cream of the crop.
Yes, because cream of the crop is like generational Hall of Fame, first ballot legendary guys. Like that's
elite.
That's literally that's cream of the crop. Like that's what you call. No, it's not. That's not.
So follow up your question.
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, like those guys are like cream. That's
wait. How many quarterbacks are considered good to you then, Pete?
Like elite is literally elite by definition is a select group that is superior in terms of ability or qualities to the rest of a group or society.
So how many are good?
How is elite not cream of the crop? I need to understand.
I just want to know because that means you might have 20 guys in good.
Read me the definition of legendary, and read me the definition of generational.
How many tiers do you have?
Yeah, like that means it's at least 20 guys that's considered good to. That's at least 20 guys considered good to him. Of that,
legendary is definitely that's a weird definition.
Generational and legendary.
It's of described in or based on legends, remarkable enough to be famous or very well known. That doesn't really.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, no.
Generation.
Being a legend don't got nothing to do with your ability.
At all.
The only problem I have is we truly give these guys so much heat for doing something that is very hard because they're not.
Ooh, bro,
it's only gonna be one. It's only gonna be one or two. That's
not it, bro.
Best of the you know how many guys in the NFL are good at quarterback?
Okay, P. So I gotta ask you.
How many guys in the NFL are great at quarterback?
You can say
guys in the NFL are elite.
How many guys are great?
What are we talking about?
When you talk about good, the words good, great, and elite are totally different words, bro, my brother. And you know they are when we're talking about ranking players. I don't care what sport.
Okay, so where's CJ Stroud?
Good.
He's a good quarterback.
He's good.
Good.
So y'all all said CJ Stroud is good, right?
Yes.
Good.
So why is it now? I've seen this week and last week alone. I've seen so many Hall of Famer or legendary quarterbacks or football players say CJ Stroud is the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
I need to see that.
I've seen it on podcast after podcast.
I'm gonna play a card.
they talk about CJ Stroud being that guy in the league
I'm
right
put
now.
card. I ain't never
Simple.
in the
Simple
days
as
that
that.
CJ Stroud has stepped in the NFL, has I ever thought he's the best quarterback in the NFL or he
Ever.
has been elite?
I get it.
And
We
CJ
probably
CJ
don't,
is a
but
really
I'm
good
listening
player.
to the guy that's been in the league, that's
I
played the
need you
game.
to send me. I need you to send me.
All right, I'm
Bro,
gonna send that to
see, I
y'all.
don't
I'm
like
gonna send
that,
that to
bro.
y'all. I'm gonna send it
Who
to
said it?
y'all.
Who said it?
I'm about to send it to
I
y'all.
could send you a bunch of other ex-NFL players talking about Drake Mays the best quarterback.
That can keep going.
And if you do that again, Ryan, if you said Drake May was MVP, I never said I was mad at you for that.
No,
I never said that was a problem.
Is Drake
If
May
you
elite?
say that Drake made the best quarterback in the NFL right now, I'm not gonna be mad at you for that.
I
You got the
just-
right to say it.
Is Drake
got
I
May
the
just
right
elite?
to
had
say
one. I just
Drake
had
May-
one question, P. I wanted to ask you of how many
Say that
quarterbacks
again?
are considered good.
Is Drake
Hold on.
May
I got
elite?
you, B. Hold on. Is Drake May elite?
Mhm.
Not yet, but I think he can be.
Okay.
Not yet, but I think he can be. If Drake May can do not even this, what he's doing this season, if he does similar to this, moving forward consistently year in, then he will eventually have the right to be in that conversation.
So out of the 32 starting quarterbacks, P, what
The best one is
What?
Shador.
out of the 32 starting quarterbacks you have in the NFL, right? How many tiers do you have, and how many quarterbacks do you consider good out of the 32? Because you said that you said you had Hurts and Purdy in between 5 and 10, and you said they both are elite and have a case for elite. So if they're elite, how many are good in your book?
Read me off
Everyone,
the list.
because they starting quarterbacks on in the best football league, and he about to tell you that coach bullshit, bro. Not
Read me
here.
off the list. I ain't even gonna do that. Read me off the list. I'll tell you.
Not here.
Read
All
me
right, so
off the list.
I'll name you every starting quarterback right now, and just tell me. So before we continue, how many tiers do you have? Like, what is it? Like, it's elite, and what else? Like, what's your tiers? Like bad, good, elite. Like, what is it for
bro,
you?
You got, like I said, bro, you got legendary, generational.
Right now in the
You got
NFL,
great, you got
32
good.
quarterbacks. Clearly none of these guys
I'll
are
tell you,
legendary.
read the list off and I'll tell you whether they're good or not.
All right, I got the list right here. Let's see. Every starting quarterback. We're gonna name all of these guys right now. Jordan Love,
Great.
Jalen Hurts,
Elite.
Jared Goff,
Why, P? You ain't never said that before, other than to make this argument. You ain't never called Jalen.
Listen, bro.
Like,
That's not
man didn't
true.
complete
That's
a whole
so not
pass.
true.
Wait,
No, because
What?
hold on, no,
Bro.
Ryan, no, because I'm about to get cold. If you go back to that video that I was killing Josh Allen, I most definitely had Jalen Hurts in that spot on that list. I most
We both
definitely
said-
had him
we
in
both
that
said-
spot on that list. So
we
you
both
can't never
said-
say I ain't
No,
never
no,
said
no,
that.
No. We both said that Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. First of all, you were being nasty anyway. You were being nasty.
I wasn't being nasty.
You were being nasty because you didn't like Josh Allen, and he was in the
I
same
still think he mid, but I'm gonna give him
My
his
shit.
respect.
same conversation. And he was in the same conversation at the time as
Okay,
Lamar
you
Jackson.
think Josh Allen mid? That's okay. So
No, that's
what do you have Jared Goff?
no,
What do you
no.
have Jared Goff at?
Josh Allen is mid just because my preference is not to like he's
Okay, that's fine. Where do you have Jared Goff?
Jared Goff, great.
Brock Purdy,
Elite.
Yeah.
Caleb. Hold on, y'all. Caleb Williams,
Good.
Josh Allen,
He's in that legendary. He's in not legend. He's in that generational.
Lamar Jackson, Bo Nix,
Good.
Patrick Mahomes,
He's cream. He's other words.
Drake May,
Great.
JJ McCarthy.
Drake May good. Gonna be great. JJ McCarthy. He ain't. JJ McCarthy ain't. Nah.
What's the name for it? What's the name?
Okay.
Justin Herbert.
All right, y'all. That's another episode of GRG Pod.
What?
It's
Justin-
Todd. It's B. It's
Justin
P.
Herbert.
It's Kobe. We out of here. What are we talking about, bro?
JJ McCarthy's okay.
we
He's not okay, bro. What are we talking?
He's okay.
Hold up, Cole. We almost finished. Justin Herbert,
Great.
CJ Stroud,
Great.
Jaden Daniels,
Good.
CJ Stroud is great, but Jaden Daniels is good. Okay. Sam Darnold,
Good.
Matthew Stafford,
Legendary.
Shedeur Sanders,
Oh. He gonna be
Jackson Dart,
Okay.
Geno Smith,
Who?
Geno Smith,
Oh, okay.
Bryce Young,
Okay.
Justin Fields,
Okay.
Daniel Jones,
Okay.
Baker Mayfield,
Great.
Trevor Lawrence,
Good.
Michael Penix,
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett,
Okay. Not it's gonna be Kyler. It's not like it would be Kyler.
Kyler Murray,
Okay.
Tua.
Okay.
We got 5 teams left. Joe Burrow,
Elite.
Tyler Shaw,
I'm gonna just put him as okay.
Dak Prescott,
Elite.
Aaron Rodgers,
Legendary.
Cam Ward.
He in that conversation with Shedeur.
So you do not have a single quarterback in the NFL labeled as bad. You have like 3 to 4
But
labeled
no,
as
hold on.
Okay is bad.
My okay is bad, but I'm not gonna disrespect him as starting quarterback.
Yeah. That man said
That's
Jared Goff
cool.
and great and proceed. That man said Jared Goff and great and proceeded to name like 5 or 6 guys above him in good.
I mean, that's his
I mean,
preference.
we're talking about Jared Goff, who also has been to a Super Bowl as a quarterback.
That's back
Like
to
we
what we
don't
just were
like,
saying.
we don't like these, but like the thing is, we don't. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that. We can go ahead.
That's back to what we were saying when we said winning is a stat. Winning is a stat. Winning is a stat for you. That is way too big.
I think one is important too.
I mean,
It's not even
winning
about
is the point of the game.
It's not even about.
And I don't remember
Like,
Jared
we
Goff
all
going to
do
the Super Bowl.
everything.
It's not about winning being a
What do
stat.
you mean you don't remember him going to the Super Bowl?
He went to Rams. They lost to Brady.
They
Was
lost
you
to-
not old enough or
Oh,
something?
yeah. I forgot about it.
That's before they got Stafford. That game's the reason why Stafford in LA right now.
I ended up getting them one.
It's not about he. Whatever, bro.
What?
Yeah, let's move on from the quarterback thing. It's a sensitive topic for me. I don't.
He's being
Yeah.
nasty, bro. He's being nasty.
I'm nasty because I don't agree. It's crazy.
No, you're not being nasty because you don't agree. You being nasty because you doing that coach thing you do, bro. Like, you
Are my
doing
points not valid?
no, they're not.
Okay. if they not valid, then that's cool.
Not at all.
When you
If I got 0 points, that's valid. That's cool. I'm not mad.
when you get on a podcast, bro, I'm not trying to hear that coach speak, bro. That post game talk you be doing, bro. I ain't trying to hear that.
Giving you
I'm
how I
saying
really feel.
I'm not trying to hear that. I'm saying they okay because I'm not going to disrespect them and call them bad. If they bad, they bad, dog. If they bad, they bad. That's bottom of the line. That's
I'm
bottom
just saying,
line.
if somebody
You-
okay
if
in the
you-
league, that mean they bad.
Huh?
Saying if somebody's okay at their profession, that mean come on.
No.
No,
If somebody
if
tell you,
I went out there,
bro,
if I went out there and
if
said
Stephen A. told you,
if I went out there and called you a okay coach, bro, that don't mean you bad,
I'm
bro.
gonna be pissed. What you mean? What you mean I'm
No,
okay?
no.
What does okay mean? Like what? I'm gonna be pissed.
You can be pissed personally, but we not when you talking about who somebody is at something, bro. You saying they're okay and saying they're bad or
be pissed.
I don't.
Pissed.
You saying you can't okay and saying that they're not great.
Like you're not great.
Oh,
I mean,
on,
he
bro.
all right.
You're not great, but you're not great, but you're serviceable, and you're better than being terrible.
That's like you work, Cope. That's like you being on First Take. You working on First Take for ESPN, and somebody asks Stephen A. how you is. He like, he okay.
Yeah,
you gonna be mad as hell. Like, what are you talking about? That's disrespect. What do you? That's disrespect enough.
No. Yeah. You're personally gonna be mad, bro. But the difference between okay and bad when we're talking about rankings in sports, dog, rank them how they supposed to be ranked, dog. When you get on a pod, no, because then when you have okay, that means that nobody is bad, and there are bad quarterbacks. There are, bro. It's just bottom line. There are.
You see how you say JJ McCarthy was bad, and that was like the only one you said.
We're not talking about this ain't like we don't know them, bro. We don't know them. Like, yeah, I don't care if you say they bad, bro. Like,
trying to spare their feelings.
They bad, bro.
That's not
you just trying to.
I get what you're getting at, but that's not even where I was going with that. But I get what you're getting at. I got you.
But what I'm saying is when you get on the podcast, bro, like talk how it is. Call it what it is. Call it spade.
I said they were
if
okay.
You bad. You don't have to categorize. You don't have to say okay just to make somebody else elite, bro. You don't have to that. Don't have to be the case, bro. That's all I'm saying.
2 is trash. That's all I can say.
If he trash, he trash. Like that's it.
Is the Lions Super Bowl window closed?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Better question we need to have. Better question time with all of that is Ben Johnson the best coach in the NFL?
No. I like him though.
Because is the Lions Super Bowl window closed because Ben Johnson's gone?
I don't think it's just about Ben Johnson. I think they also lost Aaron Glenn, and I think both of those plays a part into the season. And I believe their window is closed, and it's not really about the coordinators. It is, but to win a championship, bro, you got to be the best of the best, which means everything that 1 year has to go in your favor. Their best year was when they were up. I think it was against San Fran. They blew that game. That's probably their best year. They had another chance last year when they played us, and we went in there and they building at that and put BTA to them. Their window's closed now for sure, but I just don't think. I think this is another thing, right? I think this conversation goes back to Jared Goff. How good do you think he is? Because if this team had Lamar Jackson, like we was talking about quarterback tiers. If the team had Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, we wouldn't be sitting here saying their windows closed.
Is that a question you want to answer to you? That how good is Jared Goff?
How good is he? I mean, I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't think, in my opinion, I'm winning a Super Bowl with him. And I think Sean McVay realized the same thing, and that's why he shipped him to Detroit. And I applaud Dan Campbell for trying to get Goff to be this guy everybody wants him to be, top pick in the draft. Like we was talking about high expectations. I just don't think he's somebody you're gonna win a Super Bowl with. And I think now that's gonna hold the Lions back. You don't have this offensive guru no more. You don't have this great defensive coordinator no more, bro. So now you need to lean on your quarterback more than you do. And I don't think they can.
So I got to ask all of y'all, because to what Ty just said, I'm going to give you my answer, but I also want to know y'all answer. How good Jared Goff is, he's not in the top 10 to me.
Jared Goff is terrible, man. I ain't going to lie. He's one of the most overhyped quarterbacks, in my opinion. He's cool. He's a cool, serviceable quarterback. But he's always on great teams that make him look 10 times better than what he really is. As soon as we get a defense that know how to blitz, as we've seen, Just when they played the Packers and when they just played, who was the other team they just played where they got blitzkrieg and there was nothing they could do?
Vikings,
Yeah, when they played the
the
Vikings,
kings of
when
it.
you run into a defense that can bring some pressure, he's stuck in the mud. He can't do nothing. He can't throw the ball. He don't know who's open. He's seeing ghosts out there. He's not really that good. He's just
I
only
want
great when it's an open field, it's an open play field. The coaches cook everything up for him the way he can just throw it on a dime and they go do what they got to do to score.
to piggyback on Ryan, what you just said real quick, right? When you're a quarterback that isn't mobile, this is how football has always been, and there's a reason why the GOAT is who he is. When you're not mobile, you better be in that film room studying 10 times more than every other quarterback. Jared Goff, when we watch him play football, and this has been a thing ever since after his first few years with the Rams when he had a decent bit of mobility. Jared Goff IQ isn't where it needs to be for a person that had the legs that he had. He misdiagnoses things too much. When he misdiagnoses things, if he misreads a blitz, the play's dead. He can't move anything. The play's dead. That's why quarterbacks that can't move, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady's and those guys, Drew Brees, that's why they were in the film room and they were as smart as they were on the field. They can't move. If they misdiagnose a blitz the wrong way, the play is pretty much over with. They can't go anywhere. So they got to detect it the right way. We've been watching Jared Goff this entire season misdetect things, turn the ball over, just bad possessions, everything. All because he can't move and his IQ isn't there to where as though he was able to disguise these defenses correctly. That's the price you got to pay when you don't have legs.
P-Lock, you want to say something, so I don't know if you did, but
No, I don't got nothing to say. I think Jared Goff is Jared Goff. Like, I think Jared Goff he is what he is. Like, he's been able to win. He's been able to perform. He's due for a lot of passing yards. He's due for a lot of touchdowns. I mean, he ain't been able to win a Super Bowl yet, but I don't think Jared Goff is as terrible as, like, there's a lot worse quarterbacks than Jared Goff.
How many?
A lot. There's a lot of quarterbacks that ain't been able to perform like Jared Goff, put up the numbers that he has, or make it to a bowl make it to a bowl.
Are we going off of past tense when 75% of the quarterbacks in the league wasn't in the league when Jared Goff was at that point?
I'm just saying they was in the league last year. And we could talk about his offensive coordinator. We could talk about defense coordinator. We could talk about all that. He still had to go out there and make the throws. He still had to go out there and make the reads. He still had to go out there and do his job, and he did.
I mean, I get that, but that goes back to my point where I was saying how he's a product of his coordinator. When he's in a bad situation, if something's not going in his favor, he doesn't just have a bad game like other quarterbacks do. He has one of the worst games of all time. It don't be just, oh, I had 1-2 picks. He'd go out there and give you 4 picks and a half. Like, it's terrible. It's not like it's something that he's just, oh, I'm just having a normal game. We can brush that off. That's some games that the games that he has that's considered bad be games that end other players' careers. So that's my point. It's like he's very overhyped. It's just he does so well because of who his coordinators be. And then he can have those 400-yard games without him even breaking a sweat. But then when he has to play somebody who's figured him out, he can't do nothing because he himself is not that good.
Do y'all believe, Cole, really a question directly to you. Do y'all believe when it comes to quarterbacks, the older you are, that's normally where you're supposed to be, like at the top of your game, like mid-30s range?
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to age like
okay.
wine. And I think there is a lot of context that goes into that conversation, right? Like when we talking about players' primes, and we talking about like the skill position, right? Like, we don't talk about players' primes at skill positions being when they're 21, 22, 23 years old. It'd be like when you hit that 27, 26, 28 mark, we'd be like, yeah, that's the sweet spot right there. I think it's even later for quarterbacks. Like, a lot of them we see, and when we're not talking about, and I think the context is when you're not talking about dual threats, like think the later that dual threats get in their career, it gets a little more difficult, right? Because, like, all right, once them legs go, now we got to know where you really. That's why Cam had to retire early. Once them legs went and that shoulder went out, nah, you're not the same guy. Why when we was having that conversation the other week about Phillip Rivers, we was like, hey, bro, like, I would rather take an old Phillip Rivers than an old Cam Newton, right?
I asked you that too. I asked you that too. Is different. That's why I asked you that, because when you look at these quarterbacks, this is one of the biggest things I've always said about Jared Goff. A quarterback is at their best at that 31 to 34-5 range, because you've seen all the defenses. Your IQ should be up to par with the best. It shouldn't be nothing that fools you, disguises any of that. You've seen it all. Just like Aaron Rodgers, like, it don't happen. And for him to be, Jared Goff's been in the league for about 10 years now, right?
Mm-hmm. Like you talking about Dak Prescott's best seasons. He's 32 right now.
For you to be, I don't know how you feel about this, Ryan P. Cole. I have a problem with you being in around year 10 and you still not having a green light as the quarterback. That speaks volume to me. That tells me that your head coach and your offensive coordinator do not trust your play calling ability. Just like when we see in the NFL, that mic in that QB headset, that mic goes off at 15 seconds. And we can tell what guys decide to take over. Top quarterbacks take over drives without listening to that mic. Jared Goff, he barely goes a play without it. Like, it's just the court. You don't trust it. His brain doesn't allow him to just go on an entire drive and not listen to the play calling upstairs and read the defense, wing it, go with the flow. His IQ and everything just isn't there. We just watch so many guys do that, and he's not in that conversation.
When we talking
Phillip
about
Rivers,
talking about the elite ones, we talking about, hey, bro, it's 15 seconds left on the clock, and you like, yo, I know he about to cook up something crazy. When you talking about the reason people talk about, oh, who's the best one at the line? The best ones at the line, Jared Goff not in that conversation for best ones at the line. He not sending when he's sending Amon Ryan motion to the other side, and you be like, all right, what he about to cook up? He just saw the man coverage come. What he about to cook up? You're not talking about him being one of the best ones at the line.
So where did we all have Phillip Rivers when we were growing up? Like, because we were all around the same age. When we were growing up,
no, we got some
Phillip
retirement plan.
We know. But where did we have Phillip Rivers in the conversations of the 2010s? Like, you know how we're back when we had the Manning, Brady, Matt Ryan, all those guys. Where was Phillip Rivers at in the mix?
He was very good. He just want them good. That's the problem. He was very
good.
He
was like top, so he was top 10, but he wasn't never like in that top, like along with Aaron Rodgers, all those guys, right? Phillip Rivers, and I just had said this to one of my mans, and I think I said this to you too, Ron. Phillip Rivers, what he just did, the NFL, that's not a good look. And the reason that it's not a good look is because the NFL and all these coaches and coordinators have been transitioning to, I want this dual threat quarterback, I want legs, all this other stuff. Phillip Rivers is a 44-year-old quarterback who was known to be one of those great quarterbacks as far as recognizing defenses and elite play calling. He came back, no mobility, and broke down 3 defenses. No legs, no nothing. All I got to show you is pre-snap adjustments, reading all. And that's what I'm saying. And that's the point of this entire thing. Jared Goff is pushing what, year 12 or something like that, and he came around this time when Phillip and all of them were leaving. The peak of all the quarterback play was when we were younger, 2014 range, where we had Ben Roethlisberger, all those guys. We don't got elite play recognizers like that no more that call plays, all that stuff. And Phillip Rivers coming back at halfway mark to 50, not moving, not throwing a pass over 20 yards. He just came back and showed everybody that all I need is my IQ and my brain to break down your defense.
I'll say
don't like that. That's a bad look.
I think quarterbacks back then got bigger leashes than quarterbacks do today. And I think that plays in a part into the development. Like we talk about Peyton Manning and all of them. You know, Peyton had 20-some picks his rookie year. Any rookie quarterback does that this year, bro. They will never see the field again.
Trevor
I
Lawrence
think
did
there's
it.
a certain level of there's leeway, right? We all understand that everybody wants to win. So like development at this point in the NFL doesn't come first opposed to winning. I believe that quarterbacks, at least right now, we don't have any real old quarterbacks. Like all the quarterbacks that old, they're still type young, but they just been in the league for a while now. When they get 35, 34, I think them being able to do certain stuff like at the line of scrimmage, being able to recognize coverages better, change the plays, get their own little get the green light to do what they want, basically. I think we'll see that more. I just think right now it's harder for them to get developed because they're not going to get the reps like they should. And the fact of the matter is, bro, you have to win nowadays. Like everybody wants to keep their job. You know what I'm saying? Are you really going to go sit and let a quarterback struggle before they get good? Like how many of us in today been like, yeah, bro, we know Peyton can be great, but at 28 picks, man, we gonna let him go out there next year and maybe do the same thing, knowing our job may or may not be on the line. Like I think that's the same thing with Stetchen in Indianapolis. I think that's part of the reason why Phillips he even went and got Phillip Rivers, because knowing my job may or may not be on the line, am I finna go try out Riley Leonard in them? Knowing I may not have a job next year, I'm not.
I think there's
I'm not playing Riley. If my job is on the line, bro, I'm not playing Riley Leonard.
Conversation though, there's a bit of nuance to that conversation.
For sure. But I'm just saying, in theory, if you know,
in theory, you're right. But what we're talking about was Riley Leonard, who we all went out and watched in the national championship last year. He can't throw the ball. The boy can't throw the ball. All right. Are we about to go out there and throw Riley Leonard out there for that Indianapolis Colts team? I'm surely not. I'm surely not. The other part is you have the guy that you talk to on a weekly basis who helped you build the offense. If you're Shane Steichen, who helped you build the offense that you're running right now, the only thing he had to do was learn a few things. A lot of coaches, if they got that call from their guy, and Phillip Rivers was Shane Steichen's guy, if they got that call from their guy, would pick up the phone, especially in the position that they were in. I'm not putting and you talking about what was once a playoff team. I'm not putting my faith in Riley Leonard. No, for surely not. I think there's
and that's why some of those guys can come back. That's why like Matthew Stafford still plays. Like, right, believe it or not. And it's so bad that people don't believe it. Do people understand that if Tom Brady could still play today and he would absolutely dominate defenses right now? The only thing that changes that concept is their arms. Drew Brees said he can't physically use his right arm anymore. You see, Phillip Rivers couldn't throw a pass over 15 yards.
You think Brady not the same way at this point?
No. Have you not been watching Tom Brady throw?
Bro, throwing no equipment on and like putting equipment on and stepping on that field and doing it, bro, it's two different things. We saw how he looked towards the end of his year, bro, with the Bucs. How much
do you think putting shoulder pads on stop your throwing motion?
Enough.
A whole lot when you got people rushing at you. A whole lot when you got people rushing at you. When you got people covering on the other side.
Like, come on, bro. I mean,
I'm not saying Tom Brady can't come back and play football, but I'm not saying he about to come back and be.
Like, if y'all been shoulder pads and stopping your throwing motion that much, that's crazy.
I want to go back to the Phillip Rivers. Actually, no, we can keep moving.
Yeah, because you was looking at something, just smiling over there the whole time. So I'm curious.
I feel like we low key I feel like Phillip Rivers low key caught like a little disrespect right there.
Where?
All I heard was praise.
Like, so where did we have Phillip Rivers in his era of QBs?
He was top 10, but he wasn't top 5.
And who were the 5 that were over him?
He might have been top 5.
He wasn't top 5.
He might have been at 5. Him and Antonio Gates, he might have been at 5.
He wasn't.
I mean, are we talking numbers or what are we talking?
It was everything that we seen. Tom Brady was better than him. Aaron Rodgers was better than him. Drew Brees was better than him. Or what? Ben Roethlisberger was better than him.
Peyton was better.
Peyton Manning was better than him. That's the undisputed 5 for the generation right there.
That's it.
You just asked.
It's 5.
I
I said he's top 10.
You see, you got him at 6.
I said 6 or 7 when you first asked, or whenever we first asked.
All right, sure.
You said you had him 6 or 7, Ryan?
Top
What was the
6 or
point?
7.
I would just clarify.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what your point was because you said you didn't like it. When I said he was top 10, he was top 10. He just wasn't top 5.
I was just clarifying where we had him at. That's all.
Because everybody else is when you would start to like it would start to be some controversy with some of the other guys, whether people like it or not. You can't argue Phillip Rivers over any of those 5 right there. You can argue that other guys will start being some controversy. Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers would be controversy.
I'm not saying that you can. I was just clarifying where we had him at. That's all.
I want to go back to Todd's point where he was saying that quarterbacks don't have as much. They're on a more shorter leash nowadays. I don't agree with that only because the quarterbacks that you're thinking of that are on this leash where they can't really do anything are usually low draft picks. Like the people that we talk about back then, Manning, all them, they were top picks. Who else that's a top pick today?
You want to know the real problem?
Make mistakes. Drake May just threw 13 or 14 interceptions last season, and he's perfectly fine right now. Other
real
top
problem
quarterbacks get to make that mistake, but you can't tell me there's top quarterbacks that's like, oh, they go out there and throw more than 15 interceptions, they're done for.
The real problem is y'all be having these guys ranked as generational quarterbacks coming out.
Yeah.
And they don't be generational.
Like you said, Tom.
You're talking about generational. You want somebody to come in and do, you know what I mean, and do generational things.
Not gonna happen. They join the big boy stage. That's not gonna happen. And just like you had said, Todd, like when Ryan said, that wasn't true what you were saying about when you said, well, Peyton Manning did all these things. Top quarterbacks get leadway. Trevor Lawrence threw over 20 interceptions his rookie season. And then it started being conversations about him where he was like, oh, bad. Because Trevor Lawrence was labeled as generational. He was. Right? Like it or not. That run he had at Clemson and everything, 6'6" quarterback, strong arm, can make all the passes.
For me, but I mean, yeah, in theory.
Trevor Lawrence
he fits every criteria. A 6'6" quarterback that can make every pass, all of that. He had that great college career, everything he labeled. Every scout and everybody had him labeled as a generational quarterback. It's the guys like CJ Stroud where it starts to be bothered, whereas though you start putting those type of Bryce Young, all those guys. No, generational is a combination of a lot of things. Just like right now, we even hear Arvell Reese.
Was Peyton benched when Peyton threw those 28 interceptions? Did he get benched?
No.
My point. That's literally my point. Bryce Young.
Trevor Lawrence didn't get benched.
I mean, it's obviously up to the teams, bro. It's up to the teams and whoever is running the team and how much faith they have.
This is back to what I was just telling you though about what Kobe said about generational things. People have to understand for a quarterback, it's different things. But I'll say Arvell Reese for one. Arvell Reese is starting now. He's been on the team. He just wasn't the starter. Arvell Reese is being labeled as a generational talent. Generational talents is your performance, but people rather like it or not, your physical attributes as a football player play a factor in you being a generational talent. Nobody was going to say a 5'11" quarterback was a generational talent because he was playing good in college. Bryce Young was not going to get that description.
I'm just saying the least about quarterbacks. Generational or not, I mean, we can agree. Terry Lawrence.
I ain't gonna lie though, Ryan. The greatest quarterback ever. His first year playing, he was 18 for 12, and he was almost the last pick of the draft too.
Yeah, but that's
they didn't.
That guy's an anomaly though. So I mean,
but at that time, we didn't know he was an anomaly. We just thought he was another quarterback.
We did by like year 3 or 4.
Many other quarterbacks outside of Tom Brady who got that leash to where not where they didn't have a leash to where they could go out there.
There are plenty of quarterbacks.
I got one.
One who?
He in San Fran right now.
He came out with terrible.
I
Disgusting.
mean,
Disgusting.
he in San Fran, where he got a nice leash out there right now. Just
Was he terrible? I don't remember.
I'm
20
just
interceptions.
saying.
Terrible.
Brock Purdy has not looked bad yet. If he would have looked bad, he would have got set right on the bench.
I mean, y'all. Actually, no, we're not gonna get into that point. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
What, you said he wasn't elite?
No. I wasn't.
There's standards. There's standards that guys have. If you're labeled as a generational guy and you play bad, you're gonna get a long leash. Just like Ty said about Peyton Manning. Can we
Kyler
name
Murray.
any other quarterbacks?
Kyler
Can we name
Murray.
any other quarterbacks?
Quarterback today in the league right now.
Can we name any other quarterbacks that was labeled as generational that started bad and didn't get benched? I believe Trevor Lawrence and Peyton Manning are the only two that was labeled as generational that started bad and didn't get benched.
They was having crazy conversations about Kyler Murray coming out of college. You talking about the most winningest high school football player ever. You talking about a guy who went to Oklahoma, won a lot there. You talking about a guy who they was saying who they was
really get benched either.
That's back to what I was just saying about generational things. I'm not considering a 5'11" quarterback generational because of his resume in high school and college and NFL.
You are not. We're talking about the masses. You're not.
Show me a quarterback scout or an NFL quarterback that was labeling him generational, a quarterback that can barely see over the offensive line because he had a good high school and college career.
Remember Kyler Murray coming out of college? There's a reason he was that number one pick. They was calling that.
I just asked any valuable source. Find me who was labeling him generational. The guys that know that a 5'11" quarterback that had a winning that was the best guy in high school and college combined that is coming to the professional football league that can barely see over an offensive line.
Hey, you know what? No, hold on. I got another one that didn't get benched either, though. He in Buffalo right now.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what? He was terrible.
And literally, back to what I just said.
Terrible.
Back to what I just said. Generational guys get leashes. That is a generational guy in Buffalo coming out, a 6'6", 230-pound quarterback with legs that can make any pass on the field.
Well, he
That's a generational guy.
He couldn't do that.
Who couldn't?
He developed into that. Josh Allen couldn't. He wasn't no thrower of the football coming out of college, bro. They drafted him strictly based on potential. That was
Josh Allen wasn't a thrower of the football out of college.
Bro, you didn't even watch him at Wyoming, so stop, bro. You didn't.
Did you not see?
How many Wyoming games did you watch?
Have y'all not heard? Have y'all not heard?
Zero. No.
Have y'all not heard of Josh Allen?
What did you watch?
I watched his highlights out of college.
Day. You watched his pro day. You watched the one throw he threw at his pro day. You ain't watched not one Wyoming game. You ain't watched no tape.
I literally watched his highlights out of college. You may not know me, but I do all of that for quarterbacks.
Forget highlights. Did you watch any games?
Brother,
he had to change his whole throwing mechanics. Allen changed his whole throwing mechanics.
You haven't to change your throwing. You having to change your throwing mechanics does not.
I was seeing people saying Kyler Murray.
That doesn't make any sense. You having to change your throwing mechanics doesn't change the fact that you had a crazy arm.
They called him generational. I don't know.
Just because I throw 75 yards, just because I throw 75.
He's grown into a crazy thrower. But we're talking about rookie year, Josh Allen, bro. He was not that. That's why after that, he hired Bro, and they literally broke his mechanics down and changed them. And now he's a better passer. I mean, he wanted it. Respect. But I'm saying when he first got drafted, we wasn't talking about, man, he like Aaron Rodgers. That's not the conversation, bro. It's like you said, he's 6'6", he 200-something pounds, he moved crazy. The potential was all there. If he is what he is now, like they were betting on, that's why he got drafted. But we won't talk about Josh Allen like, man, this kid can throw the football. That's not the conversation that was going on.
When we talk about Patrick Mahomes coming out of college with his arm was, what were those conversations like?
They were not calling him generational
at all. So with Patrick Mahomes right now, so what y'all see? Ignore the accomplishments, all this stuff. When you watch Patrick Mahomes, do you see a quarterback that can make any pass on the field? From the precision to touch, all of that?
Yes.
That's just not me.
I do. What throw can't he make?
Patrick Mahomes, his touch is very iffy. When Patrick Mahomes put touch on the ball, he overthrows it a lot.
What throw can't he make?
Patrick Mahomes, his touch on crossing routes he always overthrows. It's like he have to throw it on the line or it's overthrown when he puts touch on the ball. That's the difference between being able to have touch and not having touch.
Tyreek Hill went out and got $150 million on a contract, right?
That's literally back to what I just said. Put the ball as far as you can. When he has to put touch, it's gonna get overthrown. He can't control the touch.
Definitely,
he had Tyreek Hill.
He most definitely. I personally have watched him put touch on the ball to Travis Kelce, and it's beating my team time and time again. So I don't understand where this touch thing is that you don't see. But again, please go watch some tape. What are you watching?
Are you considering when Travis Kelce caught a back shoulder pass on Kyle Hamilton, a touch pass?
No. I'm considering when Travis Kelce's running a deep cross and he got to put it in between a corner and a safety, and he put it on the money.
Putting a ball between a corner and a safety isn't having touch. That's something you put on a rope. You don't put that.
No. He didn't put it on a rope. He put touch on it to put it on the sideline where only he could get it. And still get 2 feet down and get the first down on 3rd and 14 when we need one stop to win the game.
There's not a throw. There's not a throw in this world, Patrick Mahomes.
What are we talking about?
Patrick Mahomes can make
a throw. He can't.
Patrick Mahomes can make every throw on the field. Listen, all right. If you rocking with us, we appreciate you for rocking with us, man. Hour and 40 minutes in. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell their mama, all that good stuff. Turn notifications on. Subscribe. So you can subscribe and turn the notifications on so you can know when we're posting and all of that good stuff. We're going to move because we do have college football playoffs coming up, guys. Let's give it up, man. We done made it this far. In the season. College football playoffs. We got a nice slate of games starting tomorrow. Start up to kick off your your New Year's Eve, I guess. So let's start with the game that we have tomorrow. Miami at Ohio State. Todd, who do you got and why?
I mean, I know you don't really expect me to pick against my boys. So, I'm going with Miami, of course.
Okay.
Why I think they're going to win? Mm-hmm. Defense wins ball games.
Okay.
We just got to get the most stops.
All right. B, who you got?
Got Ohio State, man. It's not what we seen against Texas A&M. We saw how they won that game, and they barely won that game. And that was an offense that struggled due to their quarterback. Ohio State, you're simply just not going to get that. The defense is way better than Texas A&M, and they held y'all to 10 points. The Ohio State team over there, you're not beating that team scoring 10 points, especially in the playoffs.
P?
Never say never.
I'm OH.
Yeah.
So what you snacking on?
Hey, man. Shout out to Black Forest, man. Organic gummy bears, man. High quality snack right here.
Rod, who you got?
I got Ohio State because of what Todd said. Defense wins championships, and they got the better defense. So,
for sure. Let's move to the 12 o'clock game on Thursday. Oregon at Texas Tech. Rod, we back with you. Who you got? Oh, wait, sorry. I got hold on. I got Ohio State. Did I say at? My fault.
Yeah, you said it for both of them. These are neutral site games, though.
Yeah, they are. My fault, bro. Hold on for the clip. Who you got? Ohio State or Miami? All right, cool. Now we can move. Rod, who you got? Oregon or Texas Tech?
I got Oregon. I just feel like they're gonna be too much. The Trench is gonna win. So,
B.
I'm actually kind of torn on this one. Come back to me.
B.
I got Oregon. I've said it for a while now. Oregon is my favorite. Trenches just stands out to me from the combination of both together with Dante Moore. Everybody coming together. Evan Stewart's now back. a guy who was potentially last year, even including this season too. Evan Stewart was potentially supposed to be a top 5 receiver in the country. He missed the entire season, and he missed most of last year. They got him back, so I got Oregon. I just feel like that Texas Tech defense, they've been suffocating everyone. They're not gonna have an answer, and they're gonna crumble because they're gonna panic.
Ty, who you got?
I got Oregon and a low scoring game though.
Okay.
I think that Texas Tech's defense is gonna show up. So I do still got Oregon. I just don't think it's gonna be like a shootout.
Give me Texas Tech. P, who you got?
I'm gonna take the Ducks 24-21.
Cool. 4:00 game, Alabama versus Indiana. Tie back to you. Who you got?
I got Indiana.
B.
Who was it again? My fault.
Bama versus Indiana.
I'm gonna go with Bama. I'm gonna go with Bama.
Oh, my fault.
No, you good. I'll go with Bama.
Roll Tide, man. It's time to play big boy football, man. And Indiana, that was cute, bro, but we know what time it is, bro. The Tide not losing to the Hoosiers, bro. Nah.
Right.
I got Indiana, man. Bama's defense is pretty buns.
Come on, Cole.
Give me Indiana.
Mm.
I'm not a Kalen DeBoer believer, man.
You ain't gotta believe in killing
I
the boy.
believe in Caleb.
Believe in that guy throwing for 300 a game.
I got the best coach in the world right now. Give me Kurt Signetti.
And they been getting by without using Ryan. This may be the week they use him.
Ain't getting by without using him. He ain't been doing nothing. That's why he ain't getting used.
All
You
I'm
got
saying
most
is, bro,
drops in
it's a
college
difference.
You don't keep the ball away from Ryan Williams. There's no way around that. I'm sorry.
You gotta catch the ball, bro.
Yeah, you got the most.
I don't
he literally has
the
most drops
care.
in college football.
I
I mean,
don't
if you're
care.
right, you're right. That's great, but
For sure.
That is a projected top. That is a projected top 5 pick in his draft class. You do not do that. Keep giving that man the ball. He's
You gotta
impossible to
catch the
tackle.
ball, bro. They want to give it to him. He
I
gotta
think
catch
that
it.
man-
He play receiver.
thing.
Like,
I
you
ain't
got
That
it.
man, bro. That man is impossible to tackle. Get him involved somehow. Jet sweep, get him going and get his hands warm. Something. That man is impossible to tackle in open field.
you know what, P? I think you're right. This is a
It's a-
pedigree thing.
This is
I
just a
just-
pedigree thing, and I
My
don't think
problem is I think you're right. I don't think the pedigree is the same over there no more.
And I think they're gonna show, and I think a lot of people are thinking, I think they're gonna show why it is. And this ain't even just a pedigree for Bama. This is a pedigree for the big picture, and that's conference to conference.
Ole Miss, Georgia. Rob, back to you. Who you got?
I'm gonna take Georgia. I like their defense too. I'm taking all defensive teams to make a run for them.
B.
Go Dogs. I feel bad for Ole Miss though, because if Lane was there, I was taking Ole Miss. If they still had everything intact, I was rocking with Ole Miss to honestly win the whole thing or see Ohio State in the championship. If it would have felt like, if the bracket would have felt like that, but yeah, it's Go Dogs. Kirby. Honestly, my sleeper is Georgia in his playoffs.
B.
My sleeper is Georgia in his playoffs.
B.
Hey man, I'm rocking with the sit. Rocking with the sit, man. They got it. They got an advantage. They ain't too far. They down south. It's going to be good. I feel like them boys want to show up. Got us down south game, so it's kind of a home game.
I'm gonna say the same thing P was saying. I'm gonna take Georgia, but had Lane stayed in Ole Miss, I definitely would have took Ole Miss. But they not winning nothing without their coach, bro. No matter what they tell you, they ain't winning no championship without their coach. So go ahead, roll with the Dogs.
Go Dogs. Yeah, give me Georgia, man. This is
Would y'all consider that a home game?
they had the Benz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a home game. That's a home game. It's a home game. Anytime you gotta go to the
Oh, yeah,
Benz,
to the A so we can go to that game, bro.
you said what?
I said, come out to the A so we can go to that game.
Be real close actually. If the game was on Saturday, I would come, but it's on Thursday. I'm gonna be in Nashville.
So I'm saying, so that Georgia tends to play there a lot, right? Like, we know they play good. I wasn't even talking about them. Would that be considered a home game for Ole Miss?
Nope.
It wouldn't.
Nope.
That's literally where Georgia plays. It's Georgia.
No, they're playing in Louisiana. I thought.
I just asked you they was playing at the Benz. Somebody said yeah. Where they at? Hold on.
No, I think they're playing in
Oh,
Louisiana.
they in Caesars. Boy, they in New Orleans. It's a home game for Ole Miss, sure, yeah, but they're gonna lose.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, somebody said they was playing at the Benz.
That ain't no home game for Ole Miss.
Why ain't it?
Because you get 50-50. Everybody in neutral site games.
You think them stands about to be 50-50?
No, they literally are. Like they have to be. Like they literally split the seats like directly down the center of the stadium.
Oh, I didn't ever know that. Man, that's crazy. I feel like that's still I consider it a home game for them. They playing down south, not too far from the crib.
I mean, but Caesars ain't that far from Athens either. It really ain't. And Georgia travel way better than Ole Miss.
Ain't Georgia in Louisiana? That's like 9 hours.
No, that ain't that far.
It's like not like a 9-hour drive. What are you talking about?
It definitely is. I've looked at making that drive to New Orleans before from
What are you talking about?
From Athens.
It's only an hour. It's only an hour.
But they not driving, they flying.
Gang.
He's just trying so bad.
What we talking about? They not driving.
Mississippian,
flying, bro. We talking about real donors. We talking about real money. They flying charter.
But you
they flying charter, son.
So they're flying.
They're flying charter. What are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yes, they are. I'm telling you.
Flying charter, gang.
The real ones, yes. The ones that matter.
The ones that matter.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Some of them, some of them diehard college fans.
Yeah, but
if that's the case, how close you think the flight is from Mississippi there?
Well, technically, you gotta go to a different. I ain't gonna get it.
Oh my God. Pete, it's no way you're trying to do this right now, bro.
I'm
Georgia
just saying,
to Louisiana.
I had to do it. I'm just saying I had to do it, so I'm trying.
Georgia to Louisiana is a 9-hour drive. Mississippi to Louisiana is like a 2.5-hour drive.
Bro, we talking about
and it's down south.
They both. All right, you got it. I'm gonna let you have it.
They were right there.
I'm gonna let you have it, bro. You got it, bro. You right. You got it.
All right, bro. I think that's it. Does anybody have any other pressing questions that they would like to ask the panel?
B look like he got one, so I want to hear it.
He always got one, bro. Go ahead, B.
Nah, bro.
He look like he got one. So
go ahead, B. You look like you want to argue tonight, bro. Go ahead.
I really do because it pissed me off already, but
go ahead, B.
What,
brother?
It's just that quarterback thing, man. It's just been sitting in my brain for this entire thing.
So bro.
So
you got.
I want to hear yours.
Yeah.
Because you commented on my story about this too. I want to hear your top 10 quarterbacks, P. Because you said something earlier about who you had in your top 10, and then you commented on my story and said not valid. So I genuinely want to hear your top 10.
Like this season alone?
In general.
What do we mean in general though? Like break that up.
In general, like you like this season, you're not putting Patrick Mahomes at the top of your list, but generally,
so we're just talking about the quarterbacks that's in the league right now in general.
Yeah.
Patty at 1. I only got one question. This is the only question I got. How does Aaron Rodgers get judged?
based on this year, bro. We know old Aaron was a dog. But he ain't
over the past.
But I'm saying though, he just said we're not basing it off of it.
I did say
over the past in general is labeled over the past few seasons. You can look at what he did in 2015 and 17, but over the past few seasons, he's not there.
But I'm saying though that
in general was over the span of the most recent few seasons. It's not just one season.
In 2015, 2017, he won an MVP in 2020. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so we talking about the past few years.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Over the past few years, Aaron Rodgers has not been a top quarterback. Over the past 4 years.
So we only base it off the last 3-4 years.
Sure, bro.
How far back are we going?
The problem is when you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers in the league, you have to. It is a pressing question.
Because if I was going, we're basing. You said it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, if I was going off of their careers and going all the way back, Rodgers was maybe my top 3 or top 5 right now still.
But that's why I'm asking, because Rodgers is about to go at number 2. But that's why I asked the question. But if you're gonna base it off of the years he playing Michael Jordan with the Wizards, I feel you. I'm not gonna put him there, bro, because he have his nights where he go for 40, and he have his nights where he don't.
Disrespect is crazy because Rodgers on the Jets and the Steelers numbers is career numbers for some other guys, and people be saying that it's time for him to hang out with those numbers.
Was putting up 40 with the Wizards. That's career nights for other guys. What you mean?
Right.
All right, finish your list.
All right, I'm gonna just leave Rodgers off. But y'all know where he at. Patty, Lamar, Josh, Burrow, Dak. No. Jalen, Dak. Hold on, I'm tripping. My fault, I'm tripping.
Yes, you are.
Hold on.
He not even saying he's tripping for that.
Hold on. No, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping for that. I'm because I asked the Aaron Rodgers question, I forgot about Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford he's up there in that list. So I got Patty, Stafford, Lamar, Josh, Burrow, Jalen, Dak. I don't leave nobody out. Brock, Baker. Oh, I got one left.
I think so.
One left. I like CJ Stroud. I ain't gonna lie.
Question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, please.
A couple minutes ago, you called Jordan Love great, but he's not in your top 10.
It's preference. I'm not saying he's not. It's just preference.
So I have a question.
I'm not saying that if B was like Jordan Love is at 5, I'd be like,
okay, cool. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Because earlier you say winning is a quarterback stat, right?
Yeah, so everybody's stat.
Okay, cool. Jalen Hurts, you had him what, 5?
6 or 7.
You had him 5.
I had him at 5.
Had him at 5.
No, I did. I had him at 5.
What?
I had him at 5.
You would have had him at 6 because Matthew Stafford was at 2. Okay, yeah.
So I got him at 6.
So Jalen Hurts at 6. With winning being a quarterback stat, what about Jalen Hurts? Are we like, why are we doing
him at 6?
Why does winning matter to the point where as though when you look, because the quarterback numbers matter to an extent, but why are we looking at it to the point where as though his numbers don't even come close to being top 10, top 15, but this winning thing got you with him at 6 when it's a team game? I'm confused. When he can't even throw 25 touchdowns.
I'll put Jalen Hurts at 6 for the same reason y'all gave me heat about Christian McCaffrey. Jalen Hurts at his job is very good, and it results in winning for what the Philadelphia Eagles need to do to win. Not what the Not what the Chiefs need to do to win. Not what the Ravens need to do. What the Eagles need to do to win.
What do you mean though about the Christian McCaffrey thing? How this correlates?
Because this is how it correlates. We talk about Jalen Hurts passing numbers and this and that. Jalen Hurts also got rushing numbers too. He also got rushing touchdowns. He got rushing touchdowns that mean a lot too. And we can
his rushing numbers combined don't put him in these conversations. This is how Lamar won his MVP in 2019. He threw for 3,200 and ran for 1,000.
His rushing touchdowns contribute to his total touchdowns, which also contribute to his passing touchdowns because of how the Philadelphia Eagles play. Is what I'm saying. So his numbers.
You think that Jalen Hurts rushing? You think that Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns help with his passing touchdowns?
I'm talking about his number of total touchdowns. His rushing touchdowns help his passing touch. It helps because they correlate together, bro.
The question though was top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, not the top 10.
Yes, and I think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
The Philadelphia Eagles, though.
I didn't say it was. I said he's a top.
Jalen Hurts is the best. You say he knows how to win with what his team needs. If you put all these top 10 guys on the Eagles, they would also win.
And that's false. That's false.
I don't think I agree with that either.
Because hold on, I'm about to explain to you how that's false. Because of what Kobe says all the time. I coach. You can't just drop people in places and think it's going to work because they're great in what they do somewhere else. I watch it every season, every year. Player transfer goes somewhere. Oh, dang, they got them. They go over there and be trash because it don't fit the scheme don't fit what they do.
This is my entire problem, man. This is why I pay attention to it so much.
Bro, this is not Madden. This is not Madden and 2K and college football, bro. These players got to actually go out there and work with people.
Can I get
put the
everybody
ratings up and think it's going to work? It's not Ultimate Team.
Yeah, please, let's do that because before we even continue, let's get everybody else's top 10 list. Cole, what's your top 10?
You're going to have to give me a second, bro.
I'm going Mahomes, Lamar, Allen. Then I'm going Stafford, Burrow. I'm going Dak at 6. Then it get a little dicey for me. A part of me want to put Justin Herbert at 7. I might go Jalen Hurts at 8.
He's discussing right with you. I don't know what you got your hands up for.
Like, what is wrong with having Jalen Hurts in the top 10, bro?
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is so wrong?
He ain't top
with
5.
That,
he ain't in those conversations. I think that's when the Eagles
put him at 6.
But
what's the rest?
You put him at 8. I put him at 6. Like,
what's the rest of it? What's the rest of it? He nasty right with you.
Gosh, bro, I'm mad at bro for doing his job.
I'm not even going to put none of the.
Nobody's mad at you for doing your job, but you're going to get penalized for that when in a top quarterback conversation. What are you talking about?
Wow,
he's doing his job. What are you talking about?
He's doing. If you have a conservative,
if you have a conservative system, you're going to get faulted for it.
Is that
what are you talking about?
It's not.
It's literally a part of him. They made the system for him. They made the system for him.
I ain't gonna lie, that system was built for him, gang. Like you,
and he's using it to win. He's done nothing but win.
Today?
He's done nothing but win, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. When you talking about, bro, like when you talking about talent, bro, when you talking about you talking about all of these things, bro.
All right, go ahead.
There's both sides can be right. If that's how you feel, Pete, then that's how you feel, bro. B, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel, and it's right because I feel like top 10 when you having a top 10 list is preference. P feel like, and it's the coach in him. It's the coach in him that feels like because he builds systems. It's what he does on a daily basis. I talk to P every day, bro. He when I call P, he in that lab. He cooking. He making a system to go and play against the next team. That's what he does. B, we don't look at it that way because we not coaches. We don't feel like he's a top 10 talent in the league. We don't see that from him on a week in and week out basis.
I'm an eye test person.
Yeah, and that's just not where he's at. That's not where he's at.
And that's the crazy part because I am too. Which
You
is
can't
why
be. You can't be.
I can be because
Can't be.
you have to be when you're putting a system together. You literally have to have an eye test. My eye test on Jalen Hurts is no, he's not going to sit up here and throw for 4,000. No, he's not going to go 35 for 6 interceptions, 35 touchdowns. He's not going to do that. My eye test is looking at Jalen Hurts and saying, what are you great at? That's what you're great at. Okay, how can we make
This is
that
literally
work?
back to the beginning of when we started this conversation of how you view. This is literally how you view things, but you're viewing things wrong. Same thing when you said the Bears
not
are above
wrong.
their expectations, so Caleb Williams should be considered an MVP. That's not how that works. You're finding what Jalen Hurts is good at, and he's winning, so you're trying to put him in the top conversation. That's not how that works.
Right.
You're gonna get faulted for him doing that. If you're okay with finding what he's good at, fine. But don't try to say he's top 10 because you're finding what he's good at and it's working. That's why you have to find that for him.
Okay,
A
all right, so let me
guy
ask you
can do
this. Let me
anything.
ask you this. Let me ask you. Can I just ask one more question? I just want to ask this last question, and I'm gonna let it go. So we're crucifying Jalen Hurts because of what he's good at. It's not what.
What is he great at? What is he great at?
Hold on. I'll get to that. But we're crucifying Jalen Hurts for what he's good at and what works for him because it's different from what other quarterbacks that we prefer to watch and what they do is great. But he's still getting the job done, helping his team win, performing. But because it looks different and it's not the same, he
It
gets
doesn't just
crucified
look
for that.
different. It is different. You play a
Okay,
position.
it looks different. It's different. He
What
gets
is
You have
crucified
an
for that.
assignment. You have an assignment at a position. But
Hold on.
yeah, answer that question first.
What is he great at?
Jalen Hurts is great at showing up when it matters.
That was terrible.
It's not a talent, dog.
That was terrible.
Isn't
That's
it?
pretty my point. That was terrible.
literally
That
is
was
a
terrible.
talent.
That was
I
that was
was- I
disgusting.
can't-
Like,
that's
I
not
get what you're
talent,
saying,
bro.
and
That's
I
literally a
believe
talent. That's an
believe it.
innate skill
I
to do. If you
believe
don't have players
it.
that do
Jordan
that,
did it like
you're going
5
to
times in
lose.
his career. What are we talking about? We act like
said
he's
what?
doing this weekly. He's not doing this weekly. His
So how
defense
is it
winning in these games
if he's not doing it weekly? How do they keep ending up in a damn Super Bowl?
because of their defense?
All right,
So
bro.
all right, bro,
Alright,
you
bro.
got it. You
Y'all
got it, bro.
watch
You
those,
got it,
Bro,
bro.
we
Y'all,
gonna ignore.
you're not really
Hold on,
watching
hold on.
tape,
Y'all-
bro.
I let y'all
Y'all
talk.
just looking at
Y'all
the
been
like,
cutting
bro.
me off
Come
the whole
on,
show.
bro.
Y'all gonna hear
You're
me say,
bugging,
let
bro.
me
Like,
talk.
what are we talking
This
about?
whole time the Eagles have Jalen Hurts don't do nothing. He goes out there and throw for 100 passing yards in playoff games. So I don't understand where this crazy.
Bro, what are you
offense
doing
is.
the bowl?
Let
What are you
me
doing
see,
both
bro.
bowls? What are you doing both bowls? What are you doing both bowls? Because they defense didn't show up in the
My
first one.
point is he played it great in
He
5
lost.
to 6 games in his career, and you're acting like he's
And what
better
did I
than all the
say?
other
He
guys,
show
bro.
up in big moments when it matters.
My
When
point is, how did he
when
get
y'all
to the
ask him
big
to
moments?
do-
You can't gas somebody up for being JJ McCarthy for 18 weeks, and then because he plays like Mahomes on 1 week,
That's
we're
crazy.
gonna say
JJ
he's
McCarthy's
great.
nasty, bro.
Bro,
Come on, bro. We
crazy,
can't do
bro.
that. You ain't gotta like
Like,
Jalen
let's
Hurts, but
be for
McCarthy,
real.
the
Like,
McCarthy
come on,
comparison
bro.
is nasty.
Bro, I'm just trying to make a point. Like I can't even
I'm
speak.
just
I
saying.
say 5 words, I'm getting cut off. I'm trying to explain. I'm not even trying to say Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback because I don't think he's terrible. But my point is if you're gonna have him top 10, you have to look at the guys that he's going up against in the top 10. They
the
all
only
are
one that
way
beat the
better
guy.
passers of the football. They all are better IQ. They can make throws. Jalen Hurts plays conservative because he's not able to make those throws consistently. He can't go out there and throw 40 times and
You
win
don't
the game.
need to.
I'm not.
Yeah, but
saying
I think that's the
You're
point.
gonna
though.
get penalized for it. That's the point.
No, he doesn't have to do that.
So what you're saying?
Just because
so
you
what-
can make the throws, don't make. Just because you can make the throws and nothing comes out of it, don't make you better. Just because you can shoot 43%
Yeah,
from
yeah,
three
yeah, yeah,
and not
yeah.
shoot
What are you
35,
talking about? I didn't
that
say
don't make
that.
you.
I said this man, Jalen Hurts, the system that you talk about was built for him. They built that terrible system that's so conservative because he is not somebody you trust to go out there and throw the ball like Stafford.
I don't believe
to
that
throw the
system
ball
was
like
built for
Burrow,
him, bro.
to throw the ball like
That's
all
not
these
Who's
for
he
guys.
built
Ty.
for?
This
What
man
other
nasty,
quarterback
bro.
you know
goes out
got
there-
that same
Thank
system,
you,
Pete?
Ty.
Or Ty?
Nasty,
Thank you,
nasty,
Ty.
bro. Nasty,
Ty,
bro.
what-
Bro, that's the
That system wasn't
system.
built for
I
him?
just did that system look like that last year?
Yes.
No.
No,
This
it
is
didn't,
the
bro.
same
Come on,
system.
bro.
They've been running the same system for 5 years.
How many
bigger
offensive
issue
coordinators he
is,
had?
huh?
How many
That's
offensive
what I'm
coordinators
saying.
have Jalen
That
Hurts
is
had?
literally
That's the
why
same, and
that
the
is
reason
literally
that the
why
system,
I
the
always say
reason that
that's
the
the reason
system
why
was
they
built
keep
for him,
leaving.
the reason that we say the system was
They're
built for him
building
is because
this.
Offensive coordinators are getting fired. Offensive coordinators are getting fired. They're getting fired in Philly when
Who
they do
got fired?
bad because they are telling them to come out here and
Who
do a
got
job that
got
is
fired?
not their
fired.
Who
identity.
got fired? Who
Moving
got
on,
fired?
fired.
One got
Moving
fired.
on,
Who got
fired.
That's a
Whatever.
better job.
Moving on to getting a better job is
Moving
not
on,
fired.
fired. Whatever. Jalen Hurts has been there for how many years now? When a
You can't
coordinator,
say whatever. That doesn't make sense. You can't
okay,
say if somebody moved
P,
on and took a better job, that's not getting fired. That's
P,
doing
what
what's
do
best for
offense?
your career.
P, what
What are
do
you talking
offensive?
about?
P, what is offensive coordinator's identity? P in the NFL.
Offensive coordinator's identity is to score points and win the game. That's literally what they're there for. Score more points than the defense that you're going against and win the game. That's what they're there. You go there, you build a system that works for the personnel
I
that
think-
you have, you score, and
Wait,
you hopefully score enough points to win the game, bro.
In the top
Wait,
10
wait,
conversation.
wait, Tyler. Wait,
One mic.
I just want to speak. I've been letting y'all talk all day. Y'all cut me off every second. Let me speak. The 2001 Ravens, when they won the Super Bowl, would you say that their quarterback was top 6, top 5 when they was going out there scoring 7 to 13 points a week and won the Super Bowl?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you. You said Jalen Hurts because he's winning. So
Trent
do you think?
Trent Dilfer was not a top 10 quarterback.
Okay, but he still won and he did his job outscoring the defense and won the Super Bowl.
Actually, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Okay.
The defense scored
but my
more
point is,
points. The special team scored.
Okay,
points.
do the Eagles special team not score? Do they not block field goals? Do they not return stuff all the time? I get the Ravens defense did it more than the Eagles, but it's still right there, bro. Like, we arguing semantics at this point. You get what I'm trying to say. The Ravens defense carried them to the Super Bowl then, just like the Eagles defense did. It's the same thing. Jalen Hurts is a little bit better than Trent Dilfer, but it's still the same thing. The defense was what won them the bowl. So what are we talking about? You can't tell me
I think Hurts is getting convinced that Bama did irreversible.
Hey, okay, Ryan. How many points is that Ravens offense average?
Was it like 13, something like 11, 13 around there?
It wasn't even that much.
What was it?
It was 9.6.
Okay.
The Philadelphia Eagles are averaging 23 points per game.
Okay,
Offensive.
I'm talking about the years they won the bowl.
Offensive
That
alone.
was crazy. I'm not saying that, for one, that's a whole thing. We're 20 years later. Offenses are better, but I'm not even going to argue that. My point was that these are two quarterbacks that are not that great skillfully compared to the other top 10 guys. But your only point to make him top 10 is the winning factor. So you can't not compare Trent Dilfer to Jalen Hurts.
That's not the only point that I've said about Jalen Hurts.
If you take away his
We
wins,
asked
what
you
else
what
does
he was
have to
great at, and
compare?
you didn't give me a skill.
Jalen Hurts shows up in big moments.
That was a terrible thing.
Jalen Hurts consistently makes big plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
You're giving us everything but quarterback
When
attributes.
does he consistently make big
That
plays?
is a quarterback act.
Those
That's
are
what
two
you
of the
ask
same
a quarterback to
points.
do.
Those are two of the same points.
Jalen Hurts can throw the football. Jalen Hurts can run the football. Jalen Hurts makes it tough for your defense.
You said the same thing twice. No, I'm not letting you get away with that. You said the same thing twice. You say he shows up in the biggest moments and he makes big plays.
Since I got to ask a question like this, P, what attributes do Jalen Hurts have from a quarterback perspective, skillfully, that make him a top 10 quarterback?
He's gonna tell you that winning is a skill.
You can't say nothing without winning. That's my point. His whole argument.
That literally proves it right there. Every other quarterback we've named, right now, you can name something.
And they go 2-15. You not even putting Jalen Hurts top 10?
Are you? Wait,
so what are we talking
hold on. This top 10 list that you have, P, is there any other quarterback that you named that you struggle with this bad to name a skill that they have skillfully as a quarterback attribute?
I just named his best skill.
I didn't say it.
You said name a skill. I named his best skill.
Something that's not a part of
performing in great moments is not a winning skill. It's not about
you're
winning.
talking about him making big plays to win the game.
P, do you know what quarterbacks? P, do you know what it means when somebody say quarterback attribute skill set?
Bro.
I don't see.
Yes,
Cause I gotta break it down like this. Cause I gotta break it down like this. Like when they talk about like vision, throwing, like throw power, accuracy, like those type of things. Like, do you know what attributes?
All right, I'm gonna break
people say that?
this. How I'm gonna break it down to you. This is how I'm gonna break it down to you. I'm gonna break it down to you like this. This is what I mean by when I say Jalen Hurts shows up in big moments is a skill. I literally have coached a player who is not a great shooter, not a great ball handler, not a great rebounder.
Can you stop this conversation right now? This is not basketball. This is not basketball. This is not basketball.
No, but
listen,
go ahead.
listen. Because being not a great passer, not great with accuracy, not great throwing on the run, it's the same as those statistical categories. I had a player who was not great at any of that. But when the moment showed up, somehow they had 20 and 7 and 6 and 5. And that don't make them great at it, but they just get the job done. Jalen Hurts is a get the job. That's a skill to show up and get the job done when the lights are on. So Jalen Hurts, hold on. Jalen Hurts can do all of it.
You're terrible.
Is he going to do it consistently every week? Give you 200-300 yards? No, but
you're terrible.
All right, y'all got it.
Just let him cook, bro. Let him finish his point.
Y'all got it. I'm done, bro. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Jalen Hurts not in the top 10. He's just another average guy in the league. Y'all got it. It's cool. Like, it's cool, bro. Everybody gonna keep losing to bro and criticizing him, and it is what it is.
No, we're gonna keep losing to his team. We're gonna keep losing to his team.
Okay, all right. I would like to see the Eagles without Jalen Hurts. I want to see the Eagles without Jalen Hurts look like. That's what I want to see.
All I asked is for you to
wait. Let's see the Eagles without Jalen Hurts, and I would agree with you that they do not look the same. But then you also will tell me that the system is bad or is not Jalen Hurts' system. So which one is it?
Contradiction.
Ty said that system.
You said that wasn't, bro. You literally said
no.
Quarterback on that team.
He said he didn't build the system. B said Jalen Hurts built the
system.
Bro,
when Ty said
Jalen Hurts didn't build the system.
When Ty said that isn't his system, you literally said thank you, Ty.
Yes. Because I was agreeing.
But when I just said it and you didn't like, bro, you just said
it. Because that's nasty. You agree with what Ty said, but you just didn't come out of your mouth, so you said that.
Misinterpreted that you were speaking to my point. Ty said the system wasn't built for Jalen Hurts. I said Jalen Hurts didn't build this system. So when you said that's not his system, I was saying yes, Jalen Hurts didn't build it.
All right.
B said Jalen Hurts built the system.
This is where I say you lose. This is where I say you lose me, Pete.
All right, bro.
So I got the last point and we out.
Hold on. I'm looking at the obviously the passing stats right now. I'm gonna name every quarterback that's in front of Jalen Hurts. You tell me if they're better or not. Don't need nothing other than he better or he not. Dak Prescott. Better or not? He better than Hurts or not?
Who was he asking?
Is the sky blue?
Dak Prescott.
Give me Dak 10 times out of 10, bro.
Matthew Stafford.
Give me Matthew 10 times out of 10.
Jared Goff. Drake May.
Give me Drake May. Stop playing with him.
Sam Darnold.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
Bo Nix.
Gosh.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
Trevor Lawrence.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
Caleb Williams.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
Justin Herbert.
I mean, I think the point is that like Jalen Hurts, we will agree with you, does win more than everybody else. Like what's
the skill that those guys do? Huh? What's their skill? What's the skill that those guys that you just
those guys all throw the ball better than Jalen Hurts?
Way better.
So why are they not?
Because they don't have the great defense.
It's a team game. That's literally the whole point of this conversation. You keep going away from the individual thing. You keep going to a team thing when we're talking about a quarterback thing.
Oh, all they did was ask you to give a skill. Like,
and you couldn't name it, and you couldn't.
They asked like, is that question skill? If you don't think it's a skill, then okay.
My
But that
point
is
can
a
you say
skill.
something outside of that one skill?
But why do I have to for it to be your
A
argument?
physical attribute.
I'm gonna say something. No, Ryan, I hear you. Ryan, I hear you.
People are on the offense, when 11 other people are on defense, and
Ryan,
11
I hear you. I want to get Ryan. I hear what you're saying, but why are you asking me to say something outside of that for him when I'm not asking you to do that for somebody else? If you give me, I'm just saying, if you give me one skill, if I ask you a skill for Drake May, what would you say?
I can name you a bunch of skills.
Hold on. I'm just saying, if I give me a skill, I'm just saying, give me a skill for Drake May.
I feel like he's one of the best pocket press, like best quarterbacks in the pocket. He got the best pocket awareness in the league.
And great, I won't ask you to say, okay, give me something outside of that. That's what you feel is a skill. I can say, I don't really think that's a skill. But I can't say that makes him the best. I can't say, no, I'm just saying, I never said it made him the best.
Or I can't say it make him top 10. Like, I don't.
But you can have an argument by saying because he's great at this and this is why I think he's the best in the league at. That's why I put him where I put him. And I can't tell you that you're wrong for that.
Skill is most important to you. Is what you're saying. Is the skill of what you're saying Jalen Hurts is great
I'm saying that's Jalen Hurts' best ability. So I'm looking at his best ability.
Okay, but
that's what I'm saying is his greatest skill.
How does that weigh compared to other abilities? Because if that's
I think it weighs very high. The reason why I think it weighs very high, because Jalen Hurts, with that being his best skill and not being able to make every other throw that quarterbacks can make, not being able to run like Lamar, he can bully through people like Josh Allen, but like not being able to do some of the other things that other guys can do, yet he's still getting to the promised land. He's still getting the same awards. He's still winning individually and as a team.
He's not getting the same awards. He's not. You're lying.
The only
he's not getting the same awards.
Never.
He don't have an MVP. What are you talking about?
He got a Super Bowl MVP, don't he?
Oh my God.
Okay. Was he not the best guy that showed up every time? I'm missing something.
Okay, so he
was got a Super Bowl MVP.
No,
who else on the list got one? Tell me who else on the list got one? Who else on the list besides Patty? Who else on the list besides Patty?
I get what you're saying. He made it to a game, and he was the best player.
All I'm hearing.
You said he didn't win nothing. I just told you he was something.
No, I didn't tell you that. Now you're lying. Like you're just saying.
What you just say, Cole? What you just say, Cole?
You saying anything?
All I'm hearing is when I ask you for an attribute, the attribute that you gave me is something that relies on 21 other people.
He left. We good.
Yeah.
That's another episode of GRG Pod. You know what I mean? Game recognized game. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. 2 hours and 22 minutes. Great episode. If you hear, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, all that good stuff. What else? We won't be back on Wednesday. We might have to cook something up on Friday. Because we might have to cook on Friday because that'll be after all of the college football games. And we'll do a preview of the NFL week. We might just have to go earlier, so we might have to post the episode instead. Be on the lookout. We'll tell everybody. Yes. Happy New Year to everybody. Listen. All that being said, be safe. Get an Uber. It's not worth it. Please. We love y'all. Y'all love us. We all want to continue to be here, watch episodes, make great episodes, all that good stuff, man. Get an Uber, be safe. It's not worth it. Everybody have fun, enjoy themselves. Go Ohio State. Miami's losing.
Hey, all about the U, baby. Let's get it.
Go Ohio
Tomorrow, 7:30.
Yeah. Todd not gonna be able to talk that coach mess that him and PB trying to talk after Ohio State get him belt. We'll see y'all
belt, but for sure.
We'll see y'all Friday. We out.
Intro like we not about to.